and welcome. This is Briny Resmith, I'm the Vin Library, and today we're back on some Higurashi nonsense. Heck yeah, I'm excited. Because Higurashi. I'm always happy to go back to Higurashi because I like doing the voices. I have a shield today, in case you guys get uppity again. So I will protect myself. Hopefully this time. You broke the sign last time and it started breaking the stream. So this time I got a shield and I hope to deflect your comments this time. That way it won't break the stream. Hello Jabberhoff, welcome! Yes, small Briny is out. The small innocent Briny for the totally innocent game. Yeah. Anyway, let's go. What was even happening? It was, they just had a curry fiasco. They had a curry competition. I don't think we even got to the end of it. So I'd give a recap, but I don't remember exactly where we are. It's been 2 weeks. I didn't have time for Higurashi last week. We were too busy finishing Inscription. Not Inception, that's different. Pushing the desks together, it was about time for the meals to be judged. Yes, okay, so we're still in the curry competition. I thought so. The delicious odour of curries spread throughout the courtyard. The members of the forestry service, to whom we owed gratitude for their daily work, were guided to their seats. The principal gave a bit of a ceremonial introduction. Next, the teacher expressed her desire for them to judge the curry contest. Men from the forestry service seemed to like that kind of thing, and gave their enthusiastic approval. They don't realize how serious this is. Well then, is everyone finished? Well now, have all the judges sample your cooking. Everybody in the class brought up their painstakingly made curry and arranged them on the desk. The only club members who managed a decent result was Rika-chan's group. Knowing full well it was a failure, Rena plated her curry for the judges. She already knew she was going to get a low score. It's fine, as long as they all get a low score, right? But at least she was still able to have hers. Both Mion and my curries were completely obliterated, so we couldn't even line them up on the table. The judges started from the curry made by the lower grades. They had a lively discussion praising the food. Finally, it was our curry's turn. Next up, Ryugu-kun's curry. Yes, this looks quite appetizing. This is Rena's curry. The principal cheerfully shoveled a spoonful of Rena's salty curry into his mouth. Of course, his expression immediately changed. Oh my! Oh, what happened, Ryugu-san? It seemed so delicious when you were cooking it. Chie-sensei must have had some expectations, judging from her disappointment. Oh, I'm sorry. I might have added a bag of salt by accident. The rest of the judges grimaced after they had a bite. I feel sorry for them. Failure is but the seasoning for success. I'm looking forward to next time. Do your best. Saying that, the principal devoured the rest of the oversalted curry in one go. Truly a man amongst men. What a chat. He didn't want to see the young girl sad. Bless. Rana was down and out. Her offensive capabilities were something else, but she was defeated due to her weak defense. Well then, please savor our curry next. I see that Furuade-san's group put a lot of effort into their curry. Let's see here. It's simple, but very nicely done. There was also the incident with Rena's salted curry right before this, so the judge's assessment was extraordinarily high. Maybe not just extraordinary, but perhaps today's forerunner. The judges began a heated debate. One of the judges let out a sigh as he removed a chunk of carrot with his spoon. Yep, this kid's curry isn't half bad. But I don't like carrots, you see. Personally, I think that carrots are a staple of a curry. I don't. I think that's a Japanese thing. I can't say we have carrots in our curry often. But I guess each to their own. However, seeing that Rika-chan read the nameplate on the chest of his coveralls and began to speak. That's not good, Kyoji. You have to eat your carrots. Put on that cute! What is she saying all of a sudden? Everybody turned to Rika with a stunned look. But what Rika-chan just did was super effective. The carrot-hating judge began stuffing his face with curry while tears streamed down his face. Kyoji, a seconds if you want them. Mommy! While crying like that, he continued to shovel curry into his mouth. That's right. Rika-chan's curry was by no means simple. No, that curry had the taste of a mother's cooking! With the carrot-hating judge out of the picture, Rika-chan's assessment was unanimous. Oh, ho, ho, ho! Nobody can stand up to Rika's curry! Satoko let off a shrill laugh as she declared victory. But at that moment... Don't be fooled, my esteemed judges! Don't be deceived into thinking that this meager slop is the taste of only your mother can provide! What you people actually want to eat was this kind of curry, wasn't it? Can't say I can stay along from very spotty internet, but I will say carrots are great in curry. That is all. They are great. I don't disagree that they are great in curry. I just don't tend to have them in them. Oh, all of a sudden, in all its perfect glory, Mion's curry. Not only the judges, but the teacher, the underclassmen, and of course myself, could only gasp in admiration. Hamburger steak with demi-glazed sauce and fresh salad. It's a set! It wouldn't be stretching it to say it was a full-course meal! It's perfect. Perfectly made. Amazing! Amazing! Mi-chan, you're amazing! Mi-chan, you're amazing! Satoko was also shocked. Even Rika couldn't hide her surprise. It seemed the victor was decided without even needing a taste. Of course, the hamburger was hand-kneaded. The salad also had a home-style dressing, but a professional quality. And the curry, not even a micron of grit. This is sublime! Truly a taste to savor, Sonozaki-san. The curry is, no doubt, a living testimony to 6,000 years of Indian knowledge in beautiful harmony with Japanese cuisine. I'm elated! This deserves full marks. I'm giving it 100 points. Ah, you're welcome. I'm just trying to set an example as the class representative. Mion bowed politely, and then winked at us with a smirk on her face. I admit defeat. There's no way this is happening. I am certain I sabotaged that pot of rice. That's right. Satoko dumped salt into Mion's rice cooker, which should have ruined it. At that moment, it hit me. I spun back towards my own canister. That's why! She took his rice. At some point, my cooking canister had been opened. its contents completely emptied. Damn you, Mion! You used my rice! That's not fair! Hand over half of your curry! Mion clicked her tongue and waved her finger at me, a smirk washing over her face. Whoa there, Kei-chan. You're not taking this seriously enough. You gave up at the last moment. I didn't. That's the difference between us. As soon as you give up, it's all over. Oh, I couldn't even properly voice my shame. Mi-chan, I feel sorry for Keiji-kun. Just give him at least a little bit. Fine, fine. This is a lesson. Kei-chan just learned that you shouldn't give up on a contest till it's all over, right? It loathes me to say it. But Mion is right. To give up so quickly on a match was my own folly. Mion to have brought that to my attention. For Mion to have brought that to my attention, I should actually be thankful to her. Well then, did that mean that even in this situation I shouldn't give up? My curry was overturned while it was still in the pot, but I don't have any rice left. How in blazes am I not supposed to lose hope in this situation? Mayabara-san? Tomiyata-kun and Okamura-kun suddenly approached. Damn it. Even though my protégés tried so hard, I wasn't able to meet their expectations. It was an accident. There was nothing you could do. Both of them were dejected. Oh, I couldn't admit defeat so easily. I was their senior. What would I be if I didn't pick up the broken pieces of the dream I had shown them? I just learned it from Mion now, didn't I? Don't throw away the contest. Not until the last moment. Think, Keiji Mayabara. Think! Not about how to make more curry, but how to win the match. I had an idea. I didn't think I could turn the tables, but it was better than nothing. Tomiyata-kun, come and wash your hands and help me out. Okamura-kun, there's something I want you to find. Okay, gotcha! Send the children to work! Both of them dispersed after receiving those instructions. Oh? How's Kei-chan going to flounder about at the end? Why don't you show me? Nobody likes a stubborn fool, you know. Shut up. Just sit there and watch the last card I have to play. First off, Mion, I'll be taking some of your rice. I won't let you say no. I don't really care. It's all salty after all. It's okay if Rena helps too, right? Keiji-kun's in trouble now. Hearing you say that is so reassuring. Well then, Rena, go make some tea. Oh, he doesn't trust me. Next, Satoko. Also Rika-chan. I challenge you to a side bet. What did you say? Hello, football. How are you doing? I'm not a football. I'm doing fine, thank you. We'll listen to your request. This was my duty to my two protégés who shed blood, sweat, and tears for my sake. Satoko, Rika-chan, if I receive a perfect score, I'll be taking your curry. Nothing for you to eat. You need to know when to stop joking around. I'll be giving a big no to that. No, it's alright, Satoko. Take him up on it. Firmly patting the top of Satoko's head, Mion said those words with all the gravitas of a club president. You handicapped him this much, didn't you? There's no way he can make up for that. So, meet him head on. No matter how hard he struggles, he's not going to make the comeback. Right? Oh, that may be true, but... I don't mind. Keiji, go for it. Yay! What evil plans does he have? The judges, seemingly growing tired of sampling various curries, were debating each entry. From what little I overheard, it seemed that Mion's impending victory was not in question. By the way, what happened to Mayabata-san's curry? I still haven't tried it yet. Yeah, the pot with my curry in it fell over. Is that so? That's a real shame. I may have lost my curry, that doesn't mean I've lost this contest! I'll have everyone singing my praises. My combative posturing had drawn the attention of all the judges. First of all, just be quiet and eat these, please. I'll listen to your complaints after that. This is my cooking! Could you reduce the graphics on Twitch? My phone lags trying to keep up with the video quality. No. I don't know how to do that on my end, to be honest. Can't you do that on your end? Can't you go to like the little cog and like limit the quality that you get? Mayabata-kun, that's... Onigiri, huh? The judges smiled wryly at the simple fare that was quite in contrast to the preceding bravado. Rena poured tea into the cups she had brought over from the break room. He's making a mockery of this! There, look! There's not even any filling. It's nothing more than salted onigiri. It's not even worthy of being called a contest anymore. It's true. The amount of salt might be a little too much, but... Rena's expression told me that she thought this was a great idea, but might not be enough to win the match. The only options are 270 and auto, nothing lower. I would never stream below that anyway, so unfortunately, I cannot fix that issue for you. Mayabata-san, is this really enough to make a comeback? Gentlemen, you did well. It's alright, just watch. Also, still can't throw my bits at you, that's sad. Yeah, you can't. Unfortunately not. I do have the subs for it, but I need to have average 3 viewers before I can apply for affiliate yet, so we're not there yet. Not yet. We have the follows, but not the views. The judges were chewing with their mouths full and sipping the tea. Nobody was singing praises or awestruck. They were just quietly chowing down. Seems that Kei-chan has learned how to use some rather underhanded tricks. This might be difficult. Yeah, that's right. Rena understands that now too. What do you mean? Why is everybody just quietly eating that much? You see, Satoko-chan, that's because the judges are actually tired of eating curry! Because they were judges. They had to sample each and every offering. And because they were from small children, because they were made to show their appreciation, they couldn't just eat a little bit of each. Sometimes a man values the amount more than the taste. At those times, rather rich, mind-blowing flavor, they crave simplicity. I guess I'll grind up bits until you get monetized. I will only have a grand total of 2 slices of cheese in the fridge. Boyd, look after yourself first, please. Always look after the person you are, and then give your money to your VTubers. Only then can you give money to a VTuber. I confirmed that by looking at their eyes as the judges smiled wryly. I'll praise your efforts, but today's contest was about curry. I'm not sure we can give a score to this. The teacher and the principal had followed folded their arms as they pondered the situation. My underlings, seeing that, saw the glimmer of hope fade away and grew dejected. Was this little surprise not enough? Don't give up, Kei-chan! Mion whispered quietly. That's alright. If I didn't push here... No, I'll have you give it a score. If you think that curry and onigiri are really that different, you're sorely mistaken. Huh? Mayabara-kun, what are you saying? How are they the same? The principal stopped the teacher. It looked like he was going to give me one final chance. The judges, having eaten their fill, quietly waited for my statement. In its homeland of India, curry is usually eaten with a type of bread called naan, isn't it? That's better. YouTube is much less choppy. Yeah, no worries. I appreciate you going over to Twitch to give me the views, but if I would rather you enjoy the stream more. Enjoy the stream the way you want to enjoy it first. Therefore, you can say that this cuisine we call curry rice is something that we have adopted and modified. Just as the teacher said at the beginning, it's a fusion of Indian and Japanese cuisine. I know what you're trying to say, Mayabara-kun, but what does this have to do with onigiri? It's actually very simple. Both curry and onigiri are things made to let you enjoy eating rice. Rice was introduced to Japan from ancient China. Our agricultural forebears watered the fields, fighting the elements, disease, and pests to grow and raise our rice-centric culture. Yes, Japanese people have formulated a plethora of dishes, but those were nothing more than attempts to find ways to enjoy eating rice. In other words, curry and onigiri are both results of rice culture! Oh, this series. Hey, Branny, fun fact, cheers actually strong enough to break your little shield. Just, don't insult curry and you should find... Oh, I won't. This is for your insults, and I would never risk it against this teacher. She does look very strong. Especially if you insult curry. Curry is great. Just for safety, curry is great. It was scattered at first, but slowly grew into a steady awe. It was a thunderous applause that praised me. Enough with the nonsense already! I won't accept this! The teachers are only judging curry, you know! This is out of the question! It obviously deserves 0 points.
Miss, Keiji-kun did his best. Could you please acknowledge that?
Today's class was supposed to be about curry. What should we do? Mion stifled her laughter, stepping forward. There's a story about how when a Michelin 3-star chef from France came to Japan, the people from the hotel he was staying at had a whole bunch of ingredients imported from France. But the chef didn't even give them a second glance.
I wonder why that was. They were ingredients from his homeland.
The chef went to the local fish market and made a dish from fresh fish caught in Japan. The culture of food isn't bound by predetermined rules. It's culture. If you come to Japan, you meld with Japanese culture and make something new. That's how curry and onigiri are the same. Thanks, Mion! Appreciate you! Did you know in a Higurashi fan game that I don't expect you to play, Rena was able to overpower 10 different gym teachers and several students at the same time? Did she not do that in real life with the metal bat? Because she basically did. That's canon, innit? Mion. She was providing fire support. I had to be grateful. The judges were somehow moved by this complicated yet baseless trivia. A stern look washed over the teacher's face as she refolded her arms. No, in a fan game she did it unarmed. Oh yeah. Nah, no, I'm not sure she could do it unarmed. She's a weapon. Rena is better with a weapon, be it a metal bat or a hatchet. Mayabara-kun, your pot of curry was flipped over, wasn't it? Even though I said at the beginning to be careful. I'm sorry. But, as Mayabara and Sonozaki said, there are no boundaries to cuisine. If it's something that can amaze people, then it's not something that should be discriminated against just because of the form. Then... For spilling your pot, minus 20 points. But, just for today, for not giving up and doing your best, plus 20 points. I'll give you 100 points! My partisan! We did it! My underclassman leapt at me. A perfect score. We did it! We did it! The curry was spilt, our rice was taken, but we made a comeback. In the end, Rika-chan's curry also received full marks, so everybody but Rena had a perfect score. Since this contest was outside of the scope of our regular club activities, there wasn't any particular penalty game. Rena breathed a sigh of relief. Yeah, Rena got off easy. There were no boundaries to concede. Void over here committing war crimes with his blender. There's but no boundaries to cuisine, but there's a boundary to what humans can stomach. Now then, as promised, Satoko, Rika-chan, I'll be taking your curry. But that means we won't have any lunch. Ah! Satoko stomped angrily at the ground in frustration, but the price of defeat was absolute. Is what I wanted to say, but I'll show you some mercy. You can eat half.
Thank you, Keiji.
The two proteges peered over from their sidelines, tears of joy streaming from their faces. We exchanged glances that would only be understood amongst men. Manly men. We did it, Mayabara-san. Ah, and it's all thanks to you. We flashed each other a thumbs up. Now I just have to give these to my pupils. Gotten pretty hungry myself. I guess I'll have one of my onigiri. Wait, huh? There was no trace of my onigiri. The ones I had set aside for myself included. As I peered around, searching for them, the principal clapped a hand on my shoulder. When I was listening to that speech you gave, the rice I was chewing grew even more delicious. Could it be that you also ate my share? If hungry, why streaming and not eating Taco Bell? Not eating Taco Bell because there's no Taco Bells for miles. So it would be very hard to get a Taco Bell right now. Hey, Chibi Briny, you look like you've had a long day. Why don't you relax in this nice hot bath while I chop some onions and carrots and garlic and celery? No! I will protect myself! Ah! There we go, I parried it. I parried your threat. Your very nice sounding threat. This is fine. Put the shield back down again. The principal simply laughed without answering. Seriously? My eyes half brimming with tears, my stomach rumbling. I was called over by the teacher. Mayabara-kun, because of the circumstances, I had to give you a perfect score, but you understand, right? Understand what? There was an odd glint in the teacher's eyes. Do you actually have a piece of metal you're smacking? No. No, I have a sound effect that I can trigger when I need to. If I had to describe it, it was curry-coloured. Like a pot of stewing curry, her eyes whirled around in a spiral. A chill washed over me. The teacher clutched me by the shoulders and drew me closer until our noses were almost touching. Curry is this world's most respected and sacred of dishes. I will absolutely not allow it to be put in the same category as onigiri. You hear me? Curry was created in ancient India, one of the 4 great river valley civilizations, and was raved about during the reign of King Ashoka in for the birth of the curry. Alright, I promise to drive home safe. If I promise to drive home safely, will you let me at least use you as a shuttlecock in my next badminton game? Why would you put your own life at risk? This is an awful choice you're giving me. I will attend your badminton game. But no, I don't want to be used as a shuttlecock. Please drive safe anyway. Keiji-san, what are you stumbling around for? Cleaning up is part of cooking too.
Keiji-kun, your eyes are all curried. Why is that? Why?
Not my life, all the other drivers who have to worry. Drive safe. Drive safe. Drive safe and don't bully. Curry. 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 Yikes, she got to him, huh? It's okay. He'll be back to normal tomorrow. Probably. Witness Three Brothers now! Are you gonna parry me trying to melt the shield? Because the sound of burning metal isn't shing. No, you can't melt the shield. Because I say so. You don't have the equipment to melt the shield, nor to get into the stream to melt the shield. Your words cannot melt the shield. They're not powerful enough. It wasn't long before hunger brought me back to my senses. Oh yeah, because he didn't get any lunch, the poor thing. How much more fluff do we have? This is the only reason why I didn't play these Higurashi games back to back, because like it's so much fucking fluff, bro. That whole curry scene, just get rid of it. It's fun to read, but at the same time, like I want plot. I like plot. In the end, all of the onigiri was eaten by the principal, so I had to make do without lunch. Can I pick you up by the head and stand up to my bullies as they tried to punch me for my lunch money? So you'd use my legs as the weapon? This seems like an unwise decision for you more than anything. Also, like, if you're picking me up by the head, that means you're flashing under my skirt at them too. I'd rather you didn't do that. For many, many terrible reasons. Let me just parry the shit out of that. There we go. Skipping lunch. I never knew the afternoon could be so long and painful. A feeling other than drowsiness had me spaced out. Hand! There we go, that makes more sense. Pick it up by the hand and stand up to my bullies. Still using a chibi as a shield is really stupid. And that's not what I pictured in my head. I don't think your image is being sent correctly. Because I'm not getting the image that you are painting.
Are you alright, Keiji-kun? That's why I said you shouldn't eat Rena's curry.
As if I could eat this curry with enough salt to make my blood pressure rise by looking at it. Is what I said when I initially refused. I could only regret it. The hunger. The stomachache. Well, well. Did a good job at making it through. Your absolutely hopeless situation, that is. Kei-chan, you're pretty strong when you're cornered, huh? I don't need any compliments right now. I need food. That's a mood. I just thought I'd use the shield you're holding to parry their attacks. No, it only works for chibis. That's why it says, let me just hold it up so you can read it. Chibi Protect Shield. No bully. It only works for chibis. There's something for you to eat at home, right? Oh, we don't keep snacks lying around at home. And I'm out of cup noodles right now. Since you're enjoying that hunger so much right now, I'm sure tonight's dinner will be really tasty. Can you parry my taxes? No, because they're not attacking me. They're attacking you. I had absolutely no intention of laughing along. Well then, I'll take my leave. I have my part-time job again today. Ugh, it's really rough when you're not used to the work. Ah, that job at Angel Mort Family Restaurant, huh? That uniform was somewhat stimulating, huh? Being a waitress is really hard work. Eh? Mi-chan's working as a waitress? Really? Really? What kind of place is it? No! Right now I'm working at the toy store from the other day. Shion is the waitress. Ah, my bad. Fucking dumbass. Dumbass! Even though he still thinks Mion and Shion are the same person, he decided to respect her, but then didn't respect her. I completely forgot that was how it ended up being. I'm sorry. You guys look so similar, I mixed you two up. Keiji-kun, who's Shion? Rena asked the obvious question. Mion's younger twin sister. She's got a different personality, but she's a dead ringer for Mion. That's right. We look similar, but our personalities are completely different. Very kind. I'm very kind and thoughtful. Shion has a cold and scary personality. Bryony, I want plot, but there's no plot. Void, I've been telling you to add plot into your classic model. Bryony, I will smack you with this shield and send you to Umineko. My classic model has plot. What are you on about? My plot is on the screen right now. That book's until freedom. I think that when you guys were born, Shion got all the feminine aspects. Bryony is also scary. I'm not scary. I am cute! Unlike Mion, she's a cute and cheerful girl. Keiji, you keep digging this hole even deeper. Oh. Rena interjected as her eyes darted back and forth in exchange. Is that true? Rena's never met her. Mi-chan, did you ever tell me you had a younger sister? Shion's existence was already being exposed as a cover-up. I think you confused plot with plot. Oh, I did confuse plot with plot. That kind of plot, no, I'm not adding to my main model. My main model already has a nice amount of plot, and I don't really want to add any more because that's just not the kind of VTuber I am. I couldn't help me on out here. I could only have her and this charade. Oh yeah, I still haven't introduced her to you, Rena. My younger sister's name is Shion. I don't know. I've never heard of her. I've never met her when I went to Mion's house. Two respectively sized personalities, yes! In a nice, modern, comfy jumper. Can you add spikes to the shield so that Why do you want to break your hand on it? No! It's just to protect me. It's not a weapon. It is but a defense. Yeah, that, you know. I'm the only one who lives with Granny. Shion lives at the family home in Okinomiya. We're not that close, so yeah, she doesn't come here too often. Rena's face indicated she wasn't sure she was convinced. The best defense is a good offense. I don't want to kill you guys. I don't want to hurt you guys. Steal me? No, you can't steal me. I'm deflecting that. Deflecting that comment. Done. Well, it's not a lie. Please believe me. She said, yeah, I believe you. A smile suddenly blossomed on Rena's face. Rena wants to meet her. I'll go see her sometime. What store is she working at? What store? That is... she's getting more tangled in her web. I could tell that Mion was getting increasingly frantic. I wanted to help her out, but it was hard for an outsider to butt in on family issues. You say you don't want to hurt me, but that ching noise is hurting my ears a little bit. I'll turn it down for you. Just let me know these things. Sorry, I had to make it happen again in order, you know, get it to appear so I can turn it down. Still pretty loud. There we go. That's a bit nicer for you. Sorry. I have to get to work. Later! Still hurts a little lower. That's better. Yeah. Later, Rena, Kei-chan. See you tomorrow. Bye! Unilaterally ending the conversation, Mion headed home. No matter how you look at it, she was running away. We'll just label this one as an emergency escape. Mi-chan was kinda cute. I wonder why. Rena giggled in amusement. Head pat. Yeah, head pat's good. We like the head pat. That's safe. Safe for chibi. I wonder when dinner is. Would lying down be the best way to conserve energy? I sprawled in the entranceway without even taking my shoes off. Will chat need a shield for Giantess Briny when she comes out? If she comes out? I don't know. Have to cross that bridge when we get to it. As I was losing the last vestiges of consciousness, the doorbell rang. It seemed I had a guest. I'm guessing it's probably Mion Rena with food. Come in, it's open. I directed my listless voice at the door. Shion! Good afternoon. Kei-chan, what are you doing? You don't need any shield. It seemed my guest was Mion, rather Shion. She seemed shocked when she saw me sprawled out in the entranceway. Is that a Shion? Wait, why? I thought that Shion's existence was an illusion that was limited to when Mion was at the restaurant. That's why I never considered that Shion would appear here. The best defense is good heavy artillery brush. I don't have one of those. And as I said, I don't want to harm chat. I just want to defend myself in chat. I heard from my sister. Because of club activities, you weren't able to eat lunch, right? Yeah, it was a lot of trouble. Satoko spilled my pot and you stole my rice.
But I'm Shion.
She grew red and began to mope. That's right, she was the younger twin right now. Sorry, what's up? Did you bring something for me to eat? Yes, she did!
Oh my. It's somehow disappointing that you hit the nail right on the head, but here.
With a disappointed smile, Shion held out a small bento box she had hidden behind her back. Huh? You really brought me something to eat? Thanks.
There was still some ground beef left over from what my sister brought to school. I knew it was going to be right before dinner, but I wondered if you'd want it. Am I bothering you?
Not even a bit. Angel bought food. Hello, Samurai Jack! Finally catching a live chat. Welcome. I guess being a Samurai Jack, it must be hard to catch live chats when you got sent to the future. Sorry, just adjusting my mic because I fidget a lot, therefore I have to adjust my mic a lot because sitting still's for nerds. Poison, could be poison. Could be poison, could be a sewing needle in there as well. I want. Keiji-kun doesn't know this, but I know this. Hey, Briny, there's something cool you can practice. You stick out your pointer and middle finger, form an A shape. Moisten. No? You can whistle really loudly. What? Yeah, I can't do whistles with fingers in my mouth. I've tried many a time and I cannot do it. Not even a little bit. I am really happy. Pretty girl comes with food. Who is not happy about this? Can I really eat this? Just sneaking a look inside the box to say that she had put some leftovers inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuffed inside. I was trying to tell you how to wolf whistle. I cannot. I've tried the wolf whistle. I cannot. I can do like a normal whistle, like a. But that is the best whistle I can do. Me neither. I can do normal whistling. Yes. But the whole wolf whistle thing's real hard. Is it really okay? There's not like a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything, right? Jeez, I'm not my sister. I won't do that kind of thing. If you don't like it, you don't have to force yourself. I'll just go home and eat it myself. Saying that, she pouted cutely and made a motion as if to snatch the box back. There were some times that made me doubt that she was the same person as Mion, and this was undoubtedly one of those moments. I don't mind at all. I want to chow down on this with thanks from the bottom of my heart. It's not something to be so thankful about that your nose had to run. Shion, who had thought I might not take the bento, looked down happily. There's not much, but do you want to come in? I could probably make some tea or something. Sorry, maybe another time. I'm on my way to work. Oh, that's right. She did say before. Just rinse the box out with water and give it back to my sister tomorrow, please. Of course. It would only be the proper thing to do after being allowed to eat something that looks this delicious! Well then, I'll take my leave. One last thing. Shion grew red as she looked down once more. During that contest with the curry, my sister took your rice without permission, right? My sister fools around so much, so sometimes she gets carried away. She wasn't doing it just to be mean. Hey, it's not like I mind that too much. There are no grudges when it comes to club activities after all. In fact,
I should be the one thankful for all the thrills and entertainment. Could you tell that to Mion for me? Yeah, I think my sister will be very happy to hear that. Well then, I have to go. Shion smiled brightly. After bowing deeply, she left as she took her watch. I'm happy, but is this really okay? I looked at the bento box she left behind. A faint warmth spread through the palm of my hand. If it were Mion, I could see hot sauce, mustard, maybe even a needle being mixed inside. But really, I don't think she would go so far as to put a needle in there. Why would she ever do something like that? That's so weird. Why such a specific thing to be putting in there? Why would you ever think this? It's almost like that alternate timeline is leaking here. My sister only whistles breathing in. I can do both breathing in and out. Oh, I can only do out. I'm the opposite. I saw someone practice for hours with those exact instructions, and eventually they got 110 hertz. I forget the sound measurement, but 110 of whatever it's called really hurts your ears. Terrible. In the business, we call that one attempted murder. Yes, it was. I opened the box once again and hesitantly tasted a bit. I took a bite, and another. There was no funny business. There was no danger at all, for this was delicious. That's right. That was Shion, not Mion. There shouldn't have been anything to worry about. We can trust Shion. I rushed back to my room, eating as I gave my thanks. It was so delicious that my stomach could cry. Shion, no, Mion. When she heard I was so hungry I could die, she brought this over to me. It was delicious to the last bite. By the way, nothing strange has been mixed in. I was a bit embarrassed at myself for being so skeptical. No, for Mion, you're right to be skeptical. Okay. The curry bit went on too long, but I like what it led to. It was delicious. Tips acquired. Just how delicious, Keiji? How delicious? Oh, I see. This is giving the box back. Hey, Mion. Here. What? What's this, Kei-chan? I thrust the bento box she'd given me yesterday into her face. This is the bento box you gave me yesterday. Thank you. It was delicious. Mion's face quickly flushed bright red. Hey now, you expect me to pretend to be Shion when you gave it to me? You're gonna give yourself away if you get all red like that when you're being Mion. At this rate, she might trip and fall into her own grave, so I decided to help her out. Listen, I was pretty hungry yesterday. Out of the blue, Shion came all the way to my house and gave me this food in a bento box. This is that box. I made sure to wash it clean. Ah! That's right! Shion's really considerate, huh? That was so transparent. Why is she freaking out so much? I can't remember why Mion freaks out so much with this. So can I do the cut the box in 3 slices magic trick with normal size brownie with a portal gun and leave her unattended after I'm done and get paid for the magic show? No! Do not redirect your violence to normal me, because I don't want that every stream, thank you! Was Mion always this terrible at lying? Her expression was different than usual, but it looked strangely cute. So, what did you think? Do you like peas in a pod? You're twins, right? Obviously, you'd look the same. Not that. Ugh. Mion looked kind of bewildered, like she was waiting for a specific answer. When she said impression, maybe she didn't mean Shion, but the bento. Dumbass! Of course she meant the bento. Oh, of course! It was delicious.
Really? I never lie about liking food. If I say something is good, then it's objectively good. You can feel free to give my recommendations to every single person you meet. Tell Shion that it was seriously great, alright? Okay. I'll tell Shion, right, I will. I think she'll be happy. We're going along with Shion having given it to me, not Mion, aren't we? Yet her laugh, it came from deep down, and it sounded really happy. I guess she really can laugh nicely enough that just looking at her makes me feel better too. I think, regardless of whether they're the same person or not, Mion definitely made the bento, at least. Redirect your violence at AIs. Correct! It'd be really funny if normal Briny streamed as a third of herself as a lore bit. How much money to make that one off stream where it's just her upper body in a box? That doesn't need money to achieve, however I don't want to do it because I don't know, it'd be really weird. I don't think I can fit it into the lore very well. I'm not gonna lore that Void appeared and did a trick on me with a portal gun. That's just kind of weird, doesn't fit. It's a bit out of tone. A sarcastic remark made its way onto my tongue, but I swallowed it back. As Mion went and put the bento box in her bag, she noticed a clattering noise. Kei-chan, there's something inside, huh? Whoa. Ah, she opened it! The thing inside was a little embarrassing, so I wish she hadn't opened it here. Panicking, I hid it with my hands. What? Well, this is... Well, my mother told me to put them in there as thanks. I didn't come up with it or anything. Don't get the wrong idea. It's so pretty, Candy. There was a handful of candies neatly wrapped in paper inside of the sparkly clean bento box. It could be someone else, but okay. I don't know, it'd be really weird. I don't want to be a third of myself. Plot twist, Shion is real, and she took over Mion's life and locked her in the basement. That is... I don't think it's correct. I remember a lot about this one, because this is the most horrific route. I don't think that's entirely correct, though. Though I don't think it's far off. When I was cleaning the box out yesterday in the sink, Mum came over and interrogated me, so I fessed up as to who had given me the food. Then she told me that something like this called for a display of gratitude. I didn't want to, because it was embarrassing, so I argued that it wouldn't be like me to do that. Well, that's what happened. I mean, ugh. It was so embarrassing. It felt like fire might shoot into my face. Mion was laughing at the whole thing off like she usually would be. But for some reason, she was staring at the candy in the box with fascination. Can we redirect our violence to AI Briny? As far as I know, AI Briny doesn't exist. So that would... And don't make it, for the record. Don't make it. Don't thank me. My mum put them in there. Besides, you're not the one I need to be thanking. Write me on those for Shion, okay? Ah, right. You're right. Okay. I'll be sure to tell Shion. I just know she'll be happy. Bright AI need... No! Keep that AI out of your mouth. Keep that AI out of my name. Mion, looking a little downtrodden, put the lid back on the box. Seemed like I ended up saying something a little mean at the end there. Oh, Keiji-kun. Oh god, the tips go on. It goes on for so long. Mi-chan, you look sort of cozy today. Did something happen? Did it? Perhaps she caught a fever. The red in her face is probably due to the increased body temperature. Hey, Rika! Why are you petting my head?
Satoko, I'm sure you'll be able to catch fevers soon enough.
I love that. Sweet, 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 innocent Satoko. You blessed child. Give you pats.
Pet, pet. Pet, 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 pet. Blessed, blessed.
I didn't care for Sadako so much in the anime. She's just kind of a little bit of a brat. But this is winning me over to Satako more.
Pet, pet indeed.
Continue! Can we fight each other over who gets to head pat Chibi Briny? I mean, I guess you can. But you might have to jump over to Twitch to do that, because the only other person who's interested in patting and not murdering Chibi Briny is Depolar Wolf over there. I might have explained this before, but phys ed at our school is really just an exercise in disorder. After some random warm-ups, the rest of the time is spent doing whatever. You're free to cause a ruckus or just fall asleep. I'm not really sure, but doesn't the Board of Education have some sort of curriculum for this? Something like, when you're old, you should have this amount of physical ability. I have no idea what you're saying, Keiji-san. It's rather difficult to understand.
Well, you see, there's something like a rule for teachers to follow during this class.
Maybe you're a weakling. City folk need something like that. But do you really think us country-raised kids would lag behind in physical ability? Can we start Chibi Briny cult over to Chibi Briny to overshadow what? Chibi Briny cult to overshadow Nulark. The only person who mentions Nulark is you, Void. If you want to overshadow Nulark, you just stop mentioning her. No murder the Chibi, only pet the Chibi. The murdering is for others. Have you seen the most recent what? The most recent anime, do you mean? No, I haven't. I've only seen... Oh god. There were so many series. I've seen... Shall we say, up until I saw up to Rika's conclusion, and then there was the biking accident, and I kind of dropped off there. That's probably the best way I can describe it without giving stuff away.
We're better athletes than you would think, Keiji.
Come to think of it, they might be right. If we all lined up for a race, there's a good chance I'd finish dead last if I didn't start off well. Let's just pray that when a brutal penalty game is at stake, the 100-meter dash isn't a club activity. Can we give Chibi Briny a samurai sword so she's small but deadly? No! She does not fight! This is why we have a shield! We only have defense, no offense! Shield bash is plenty deadly. Just in case. That's a last-ditch effort if necessary. On that note, I watch too much television, so I'm fantastically tired. I'll be using this time to catch up on my sleep. It's 4th period, and I'm completely starved. We put ads on the Chibi Brain. That shield makes me have to go to the dentist. Why does it have to make you go to the dentist? If I don't sleep now, when will I ever? As I began to sprawl out on top of a pipe, Mion grabbed me by the collar. Do you really think I'd let you sleep in peace and quiet? With that look on her face, it required more courage to try and take a nap than not. Because I headbutted it. Why did you headbutt it? Boyd, why are you trying to hurt yourself so much today? Sweetie, are you okay? Are you okay? Good grief. Which means it's going to start again now! Just killing time with idle chit-chat until the bell rings is impossible for us hot-blooded youth, isn't it? Shall we start a club activity? Oh, just as I thought, it's come to this. What's today's game? Now that this is happening, taking a nap is impossible. Probably not okay. Then maybe you should talk to people. And maybe look for some help if you are not okay. We get you a helmet and a bolt and a pencil. Not just that, with this sleep-deprived head of mine, I'm as good as mincemeat. I have to get my brain into gear. Rena thinks that we should decide what today's penalty game should be before we start. Hehe, Rena knows what's up! I prepared something super special today. She began to announce the cruel penalty game with a grand spinning flourish, but before she could do that... I'm sorry. I have something I wanted to do. Of all people, it was Rika announcing her non-participation. Even rare events do eventually occur. Losing her timing, Mion spun like a top and then tumbled to the ground. What's the matter? Are you not feeling well? Oh, that's right. Mi-chan, she has to practice for the Wataganashi. Oh, that's right! Yes, we all love a mention of Wataganashi because that's when it starts getting weird! It's this Sunday! Oh yes, it's not far away. Yay! Then we add ERA on the shield. I don't think I know what a lot of these stand for, I'm not gonna lie. Rika's in the middle of super serious training right now. Wataganashi! Wataganashi is a festival that they have in this game. And after that particular event, things normally get weird. Or a little bit before. Yeah, Wataganashi's... I remember watching the anime and I would always get a little bit bored in the first few episodes sometimes because I was like, when do they get to Wataganashi? When is it going to get weird for this one? Let's go! I've been working too hard lately, so my arms hurt. I see. Well, there's nothing that can be done. There's no point in doing anything if we can't get everyone together. Today, let's just take it easy. I'm very sorry, but I'll try my best. Yeah, good luck! We'll be cheering you on! When Mion announced that today's club activities were cancelled, Rika-chan and Satoko headed off behind the school building. Only I was left alone, completely clueless as to what everyone was talking about. What was that about? Is Rika-chan training for a competition or something? APS, Active Protection System, ERA, Explosive Reactive Armor. Oh, that sounds fun. Maybe not the explosions, though. Explosions are fun, though. Rika-chan is a shrine maiden for the Wataganashi. She has to perform a ritual dance. It's practice for that. Why don't you explain things in order? First off, what is this Wataganashi? Next, what do you mean by shrine maiden? Lastly, what do you mean by ritual dance? Huh? Didn't you get the notice at your house, Keiji? Wasn't it written there? The Wataganashi festival is this Sunday. Huh? Come to think of it, I had a feeling Mum did say something about it during dinner the other day. The Wataganashi festival happens at the shrine on a Sunday every June. It's very lively. I see. But Wataganashi sounds like a pretty strange name for it. Is it something like the Lantern Festival, where they have a memorial for the dead by floating things down the river? Oh, I figured you might guess right, Kei-chan. The Wataganashi, or Cotton Drift Festival, is, as the name implies, where we set cotton adrift down the river. The cotton, you see, is from futons or jackets. So it'd be like something like a futon memorial. They also pile futons up at the altar. I've heard of people leaving offerings of things like needles or kitchen knives to their ancestors, or to casualties of war, but offering futons is the first time for me. And what's the history behind that? Mion tilted her head pensively. I don't think there's a complicated backstory to it. The winters around here are pretty harsh, so things like warm futons and coats to ward off the cold are fairly important, I guess. Oh, I see. In other words, it's something like you're giving thanks to futons that took care of you during the winter then. Then the Shrine Maiden holds a memorial service for them and set them adrift? That's what the Wataganashi is? Mion and Rena indicated that I had the correct answer, with a round of applause. Yay! Well done, KG! Sounds like Trash Dangerous. Hey, Brian, I actually found a gaming reclining chair on Throne for $400. Will that fit in your office if I try to buy it? I'd rather you didn't. I like my chair. I don't want to give up my chair for some fancy-pantsy 401. This chair has seen me all the way since high school, and I'm not getting rid of it until it is dust. APS are designed to intercept incoming projectiles, such as missiles or rockets. ERA is meant to protect against high explosive anti-tank munitions. Yeah, I think I might need that. They sound great. As you see, that Shrine Maiden performing the memorial is Rika-chan. Oh, so Rika-chan is a Shrine Maiden. Now that you mention it, Rika-chan does have a mystical air about her. Right. Rika-chan is a shrine in a Shrine Maiden outfit. Oh, so cute. It certainly does seem like it would suit her. Yeah, might be cute. Brownie's sitting on the Nokia of gaming chairs. I kind of am. It's not a gaming chair. I'll give it. It's an office chair. It's not cool enough to be a gaming chair. But there's like a rip in one of the cushions. There's some of the plastics come off the arms, but it still works and it's still comfy for me. So I will never give it up. Never gonna give it up. It's a folding chair, isn't it? No, it doesn't fold. It's not a folding chair. It's a spinning chair. It's a spinny chair. Spinning office chair. Rika-chan's training is her performance as a Shrine Maiden, then. That would be it. The Shrine Maiden has to purify a number of futons as part of the ceremony. It's practice for that. It's a lot of hard work. The Shrine Maiden has to carry a large ceremonial hoe as part of the rite, and it's really heavy for Rika-chan. I might replace my chair sometime in the semi-near future. But it's comfy, why would you ever move it? Oh, Briny, I found a PNG VTuber, and they aren't so bad. Did you say there'd be a chance you'd make a PNG model if you start playing Henry Stickmin? You gave me the idea of having a stick figure model, and I said the only way I could do that would be a PNG. I didn't say I'd do it. I just said that's the only way I could do it. Getting some tears in the fake leather, some parts are detached. But it's so comfy, isn't it? It's molded to my butt. It's great. Well, Rika-chan is pretty small. Exactly how heavy is that hoe? It's pretty heavy. enough that Rika-chan has been practicing with a mochi mallet. Wait a minute. That's way too heavy. Forget about Rika-chan. That'd be rough for even me. It's a sacred ceremonial hoe. If she dropped it by accident, it'd be big trouble. Can I buy you 10 tons of tea, Briny? I mean, I guess you can. But as I've recommended before, I would rather if you were going to spend lots of money on me, be it donations, so that I can spend it on other things like art and models and things to improve streams and buying more games, etc. So I can invest it back in the company. So if you'd like to do expensive things, I would prefer them to be donations. If you want to buy little things, that's fine. But I would prefer big spends to be donations so that I can reinvest them and bring you even more content! Well, it's a once a year kind of deal. Can I buy 10 tons of gold? No, just donate it. Why? 10 tons of gold is just going to be suspicious to the tax man, really. All we can do is cheer from the sidelines. It'll be okay. She pulled it off last year. Really? Then, the least I could do is cheer her on. Even something that little wouldn't help, right? I was rather curious about exactly how she practiced. Mion laughed as she shook her head. Brady doesn't want presents, Brady wants cash. So I can invest it. So I can make things better for you guys. Can I buy a goat for... Can I buy you a goat for sacrificing? No! No live animals! Leave her alone. If you go, Rika-chan will get all cute and won't be able to practice. I didn't quite understand what Mion was saying. You see, Rika-chan doesn't like showing people how hard she works. Okay? So, just leave her be. Even the always cool and aloof Rika-chan has times where she sweats while giving it her all. Because she was always so well put together, she didn't want people seeing an ungainly side of her. It's not like I couldn't understand that feeling. All I can do is pray for her success, huh? Do your best! Rika for a day! I'm cheering for you. Well then, I climbed up onto the pipe and plopped down on my side. Night-night! Hooray, hooray, Rika-chan. In order to transmit more of my psychic waves of encouragement, I'll be entering a meditative state now. So you're just gonna sleep after all? I wish to commission more stuff too, which is another reason I would rather the money. And then I can give it to artists, and then artists can give me more things, and then I can show you guys more things that artists made. The lactacil noontime ended up giving way to mid-numbing afternoon classes. So many ideas, so little money. Mood. Rebounding from yesterday's hunger, I ate too much lunch today, leaving me in a horrible condition. I might have gorged myself a bit too much. I'll have to endure afternoon classes. Keiji-kun, you had an amazing appetite today. Basically, you always eat like a pig. But today, it was on a whole different level. Yesterday, I skipped lunch, right? That hunger just soaked right in. This time, no matter how much I ate, my hunger knew no bounds. I get you. But really, Kei-chan, you always finish your lunch down to the last bite. Heck, even down to the last grain of rice. With food, you show your appreciation for the person who made it by eating it, you know. Hey Briny, did you know that Star Trek once had the characters use flip phones before flip phones came out by a decade or two, and flip phones were considered science fiction and impossible, so that means that chibified being chibified isn't impossible. I suppose so. I don't know why anyone would want to be chibified IRL, though. Let me just move my mic back. If you leave any behind, it's rude to the person who put in all that effort. That's quite the mental gymnastics point it kind of is. I was gonna tell you off for being really irrelevant to the stream, because you've done it a couple times now, but then you brought it back to the chibi, so then you're relevant again. Rude. Hearing that, Mion's eyes momentarily widen in surprise, followed by a cool laugh. Kei-chan, really? At first glance, you seemed unruly and irresponsible, but you're actually pretty conscientious. Well-disciplined or something like that. Yeah, Rena thinks so too. Keiji-kun is a lot kinder than he looks. Both of them were probably trying to compliment me, but I had a strange feeling I wasn't being complimented at all. Fun fact, there is no chibi model. This is IRL brain. Face reveal. That's my secret. Chibification already exists. That's not true. I just wanted to say that there's a big gap between your appearance and your personality. And I'm saying that's not a compliment. Hey! Hey, Sonozaki, Mayabara-kun! We're in the middle of class. How far did you get, Sonozaki-kun? Bring your notes up here. Startled, Mion vocalized a rather easy-to-understand utterance. She was so enthralled in the conversation, she had stopped working completely. Doing alright? You haven't progressed at all. You're in the highest grade, so you have to shape up. That Mion. It looks like she's getting lectured. Poor bastard. They put bastard in here? Wow. I didn't expect to read that. I don't know, the word bastard I never expected to hear in that context in Higurashi. Appearances can be deceiving, in other words. Actually, appearance might be the opposite of reality. You say some interesting things. Responding to Rena's seemingly profound statement, I turned my gaze to where Satoko was happily studying together with Rika. Are you saying that brat Satoko is actually really meek? Maybe. If I went by what Rika-chan literally said, that would be the case. I could hardly imagine Satoko being meek and meek and gentle like a girl in some fairy tale. Imagine being forced in the highest grade and forced to be an example, but teach, my house got struck by lightning, teacher Nux. What? When was the last time I told that story? I wasn't in the highest grade though, so it's fine. But I did get that response from some of the teachers. Satoko-chan's being rude lately, but just a while ago, she was pretty different. Must have been a while ago, because I don't remember it. So, story time again then. So when I was younger in high school, my house did get struck by lightning. Literally, kaboom. It was so bad that one side of the house where it struck the antenna, it blew out the wall where that cable went down. And the roof of my parents' and my brother's bedrooms collapsed. It did a lot of structural damage. It's awkward seeing the lips move without noise coming out. Damn British weather, exactly. Zeus playing pranks. Yeah, It was really lucky, the timing-wise, though, because I was on the PC at the time. I was playing Sonic Adventure on the PC. Oh, well, it wasn't Sonic Adventure, technically. It was a demo disc from a magazine that had a Sonic Adventure level on it. And luckily, I was in the extension we built on the house, which was a separated circuit, so I didn't die, so that's great. And my parents, who had been in their bedroom moments before, had gone downstairs to make a cuppa because it was mid-game in the footy. So they went down to make a cuppa at the mid part of the game. So it was really lucky that no one got hurt, to be honest. Saved by T, indubitably. Yeah, and you were lucky that you brought 10 PS3s with the insurance money. No, we did not, because we weren't a PlayStation family at the time. What happened was that a lot of our stuff was okay, but because of insurance, we could kind of get back everything we needed. So we ended up kind of with like 5 Xboxes, and we got a Resident Evil 4 Special Edition GameCube, lots of other stuff, because that's what the insurance gave us. Where the whole going to school bit comes in. When I went back to school, I didn't have any of my books and shit because they'd all got damaged. So I was like, sorry sir, I don't have my book. My house got struck by lightning. And obviously it sounds like a wild excuse. So some teachers are like, no, where's your book? Why don't you have a book? It's like, my house got struck by lightning, sir. That's how Bryony became the richest girl in Sheffield. I bet I had to tell them like to go check the newspaper because it was in the local newspaper at the time. Because that was the only way they would believe me. Oh, it was funny. It was an interesting time in my life. We were displaced from our house for like 2 years while it had to be rebuilt, some of it. But we got back there in the end. My room and stuff was fine. This chair was fine. I don't think this was the exact chair, actually. I'm not sure. Sorry, sir. God tried to kill me, but he failed. My book, sadly, did not survive the battle. True. Should have brought them a burnt book and said, here it is. No! God, no. No. There wasn't much left of them. That's the story of how my house got struck by lightning when I was younger. It was the first day! It was the first day I ever had a camera phone, too! It was the first camera phone I ever had. We got out in the morning to go get it. And the first images that camera phone ever got was of the fire department on a cherry picker, like getting roof slates off my house, but just to like be able to assess the damage. It's wild.
Keep this a secret from Satoko-chan, okay?
That Satoko acting cute. For Satoko to play coy, I think that would have to be part of some calculated plot. Even if she was to hide behind someone, I would think that it was because she was attached to them. But since it came up, your accent is quite adorbs. Oh, thank you. It is. It is British. Well, now I gotta go, Brony. Don't let the wolves get you. See you again on Sunday. Bye! Bye, boy! Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. The chair was holding up the house. Oh, we thank God that the chair survives all things. Hey, Sadako.
What is it, Oni-sama?
Satoko smiled cutely and walked towards me. By the way, for every 3 steps forward Satoko took, for some reason it took 3 steps away.
Oni-sama, why are you running away?
Sorry, Satoko. For you to approach me with an affectionate smile on your face, I just think it's some sort of trap.
Oh, so mean. Oni-sama, you're a meanie.
So sorry, I didn't intend to be mean. The weeping Satoko came closer to me. I'm a sucker for tears. And then, click, clank. Huh? A bear trap? My leg was clamped down on by jagged metal teeth. You fell for it. Now for the next part. Satoko raised her right arm triumphantly, and traps began to trigger one after another. Suddenly the wall sprang forward, throwing me 3 blocks away. And there I saw a giant metal ball covered in spikes hurtling towards me. On top of that, in the direction that the ball would knock me, was a giant guillotine. That was a hell of an imagination.
I'm not really sure, but Keiji-kun, you're not thinking of anything completely ludicrous right now, are you?
Not really. Not at all.
That's a lie. You've got the kind of look on your face that says, I'm going to be crushed by a giant spiked metal ball.
How could my expression convey what I'm thinking like that? Sorry. Imagining a meek and gentle Satoko is impossible right now. I'll try again when I'm in better shape. Next, I looked over to Rika-chan, who was working diligently on some kanji drills. In contrast to Satoko, her default state was meek and gentle. If Rika-chan came at me saying Oni-sama, I would hug her. I would hug her too, even though I would be a ne-san. Even if she misgendered me, I would hug her. Yeah, it's giving me some very useful ideas. No. Tightly, I could get used to that.
Keiji-kun, you're drooling.
Sorry. Then how about Rika-chan? Are you saying that her appearance is deceiving as well? Saying that out loud, I felt a tinge of doubt. Was Rika-chan really all sweet? Despite her appearance, she really was quite sly. Sweetly, how do I put it? Evading things deftly. I get the feeling that Rika-chan isn't only just sweet. Her appearance is definitely deceiving. I couldn't put exactly what I was imagining into words, but Rena managed to say what I wanted to. She turned to me with an impish look in her eyes. She was saying, you shouldn't say something like that. When Rika-chan grows up, I'm sure she'll become an incredibly devilish beauty, with men wrapped around her little finger. Don't you think that would be cool? Rena said that lightheartedly, but I, as a man, could not laugh at that. The scary part about it was that it felt like it could be true. Noticing my gaze, Rika-chan turns towards me and let loose an angelic smile. Both Rena and I, feeling as if that was directed towards us personally, had our hearts skip a beat. Oh, so cute! So cute! Rena, your nose is bleeding. Appearances can be deceiving, huh? Well, what about our dear leader Mion? I stared at her as she tried to weasel her way out of her scolding by the teacher. By Rena's theory, what unrefined, calculating, conniving Mion also had a side of her that belied appearances. As a man myself, I can say confidently that it would not be hard to do that to me. Then what you're saying is that Mion, despite her appearance, is actually a good person? Bro!
Mion-chan is a good person.
Oh, well, that is true. But what I'm saying is...
Yep. I know what you're trying to say, Keiji-kun.
Catching on that I was struggling to express my feelings as words, Rena smiled even more brightly. Know what?
Mi-chan is mysterious, right? She's a girl, but... like, he's a guy.
That's right. Mion was more than aware that she was a girl, but it was exactly as Rena said. When Mion livened up the room, it wasn't as though she felt like a guy or a girl specifically, but a friend of the same gender. If she were a guy, we'd probably be like two peas in a pod. Although that's the same way it is right now.
But you see, even that Mi-chan is actually feminine.
Rena? How much did Mion pay you exactly?
That's not true! Jeez, I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you, you know.
Rena began to pout. Now probably wasn't the time. Wasn't the right time to joke around.
Mi-chan is club president, so she's trying hard to lead everybody. But she's a really cute girl. I really don't want you to forget that, Keiji-kun.
He doesn't even know! He doesn't even know! She's just one of the dudes! He's friend-zoned her! Rena's gaze focused off into the distance where Mion was. Mion that I met at Angel Moor was unimaginably different compared to the Mion that I normally knew. Flustered and hesitant from the unfamiliar job. There was a far cry from the brash and confident Mion. Even though she had to hurry to work, she went through the trouble to bring me food when I was on the brink of starvation. And she did not as Mion, but as Shion. What exactly was Shion to Mion? What kind of person was Mion exactly?
Keiji-kun probably couldn't even begin to imagine.
Not like she'd want anything feminine or anything, ha. Not like she was sad about a certain doll or anything, ha 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 ha. As a student, I can confirm this whole story is true. Naruhodo. As if to say it was our little secret, Rena held out her finger up to her lips and she giggled. Mion, finally free from the teacher's preaching, returned to her seat, cradling her head to hide her embarrassment. This old man, you see, thinks that grade school is enough for everything you need to study for life. Saying that, she plopped down into her seat violently. Mion was actually really feminine. Right. I wonder if I can meet Shion again. I want to talk to her again.
Clang, clang!
The principal waved around the bell that served as the school chime. The teacher rushed back to the blackboard and began to list everybody's homework assignments.
Whoa! It looks like there's going to be a lot of homework today. Gotta buckle down.
Well then, that means even Rena?
Huh? What do you mean?
Appearances can be deceiving. Would that apply to you too?
Huh? Keiji-kun, how do you see me? How?
This is a dangerous question. Oh, thank you for the follow, little Fito.
Thank you.
The Rena Ryugu that I knew sometimes took things too far, but was generally a kind and gentle, ideal girl.
Really? Then that makes me happy, I guess.
If she was the opposite of what she seemed, that would make her... And if you were really the opposite... Just trying to say it. I won't be mad. That's what I felt she meant. Rena is...
Aww. Rena is...
Even if you were the opposite, you'd still be Rena, right? The question shouldn't have been so nerve-wracking to answer. Maybe it was because the person in question was staring at me, but even saying that took a strange amount of effort. That's not fair, Keiji-kun. It bothers me when you say it that way. Perhaps unable to endure my silence, Rena's face began to burn red with embarrassment. Rena! Kei-chan! Let's go home. Mion walked over and started getting ready to go home. Whenever the school is over, she does get noticeably more energetic. Who doesn't? Who doesn't in school? It was the same relaxing walk home as always. Digging around my pockets on a whim, I noticed something that shouldn't have been there. Something that should have been there was missing. What's the matter, Kei-chan? The key to my house I always carried around is gone. Oh man, why did I lose it? It's fine since my parents are home, but still, this is bad. Are you sure? That sure is troublesome. Did you forget it somewhere? Or did you drop it? Which one was it? Did I take it with me this morning in the first place? Aww. Kei-chan, did the key have anything that would make it stand out? Yeah, it's on a keychain. It was a blue fur seal, something I made for summer homework a long time ago. Huh? Does it have its eyes shut, like it's taking a nap? Oh, how did you know? Yeah, that's it. Mion looked away and began to whistle. Oh, I see. You went for dinner at Angel Mort a couple days ago, right? That night, the staff found a key. And there was a fur seal attached to it. As she said that, she suddenly grew flustered and added that Shion had told her about it. Huh? So I dropped it then? He hasn't had it for a few days and didn't even notice. But aren't you glad you found it? I'm sure they're looking after it for you. That's right. Why don't you go? Shion looks the same as me, so you'll know her by sight. This was a rather unexpected development. Once again, I had no choice but to go meet with Shion. But I also had to thank her for the bento from the other day. Besides, taking some time and chatting with this other side of Mion might be interesting. Half-jokingly, I began to think about things like this. Right, Angel Mort, was it? I'll head over to Shion's restaurant and get my key back. While I'm at it, having a nice spot of tea might be a good idea. You sound like an English gentleman. That totally doesn't suit you, Kei-chan. This is a restaurant? One that Mi-chan's little sister's working at? Yeah, why don't we go together, Rena? Oh, sorry to disappoint you, but I have plans with my father today. Some other time? Rena seemed pretty disappointed, but about having to miss such a great opportunity. You said they're twins, but did they really look that much alike? Enough to mistake which is which? Yeah, they're totally the same. At least on the outside. Unlike me, Anshi is well-mannered and really cute, though. Bro, stop digging that hole! Oh, poor Mia. Bless her cotton socks. Every time he opens his mouth and talks about Shion. Oh. In response to my teasing, Mion pouted and began to argue with me. I couldn't help but burst out laughing at Mion's little farce. After all, they weren't just identical, they were the same person, as far as you know. Batch. After going home, I changed my clothes and dug my bike out of the garage. Keep digging the hole a little deeper, keep digging the hole a little deeper. Keep telling me that she's not very pretty and digging the hole very deeper. Just thinking that I would be able to meet Shion again gave me a mysterious feeling. Shion, a name for a different kind of Mion. She was a mysterious and ridiculous person, believing she had fooled everyone like that. I noticed that I was pedaling along quite happily. Could it be that I was looking forward to meeting Shion? I felt a sense of giddy anticipation, like I was heading toward a new friend's house for the first time. What Rena said about Mion was actually being really feminine sprang to mind once again. The guilt from spying on another side of Mion, the self-consciousness from being the only one who knew about that side, the feelings mixed together. That was Shion for you. Mion's little twin sister. Until she felt like coming out and admitting she was Mion, it was fine to just call her Shion, right? Mion might be trying to have some fun by acting out a different persona. Also teenagers, and as a teenager, you try to find who you are anyway, so acting as other people and seeing what fits right for you is the way teenagers go. I had a friend in high school once who, like, 1 month they wore everything pink. Everything pink. And the next month, they begged their parents to get them, like, a 100-pound leather trench coat, and they were a goth. That's just how it be to be young. As I reached the top of the steep hill, the horizon expanded before me. I was almost at the station. The last time I wasn't embarrassed since I was here with Dad. But this time I was alone. I was strangely self-conscious about it. Kids trying to find a place in the world still. Hey, don't call me out like that. It's normal. It's okay to flip between things. And change outfits. And take this one label that people put on the internet and slap it on your forehead. And say that is all you are. And make everything in your life about it. And then decide that's not for you and change it next week. Being a teenager. Meet Shion, get key back. That was all this task was supposed to be. If I dawdled around like this, maybe Shion would find me before she headed into work. Hey, what are you doing, Keiji Mayabata? You're just here to get your key back, you know? It's not like you're some love-struck schoolboy here to hand over a love letter. Oh, the thoughts in my head were slowly turning into a jumbled mess. I came to the realization that I was downright giddy. He's got a crush, he's got a crush, he's got a crush, he's got a crush, he's got a crush. That's why, for just a tiny little bit, I got carried away and did something really stupid. I kicked over a parked motorcycle that was blocking the sidewalk. It was in the way, sure, but there was absolutely no need to kick it. I definitely think I got too carried away. Clunk, clank. Crash! As the 3 bikes toppled over one after another like dominoes, the loud noise they caused snapped me back to my senses. Oh, shit. The hell you think you're doing? The owners of those 3 bikes were right there. They looked exactly what you'd call thugs up to no good. Oh yeah, I kick motorcycles all the time, understandable, yeah. You're frustrated about life and you have a big crush, you must kick motorcycles. 'Tis the way. They lifted their heads up in an opposing manner and yelled angrily in a way I had never heard before. The 3 of them beelined towards me, the worn-down heels of their thin-soled shoes slapping noisily against the pavement. I could only stare listlessly, as if I were watching some far-off event that didn't concern me at all. Oh, jeez. Keiji deserves this one. He does. By the time I realized it, I had been grabbed by the collar and lifted onto my tiptoes. Don't be playing dumb. You knocked him over, didn't ya? The 3 thugs were completely ignoring the rules of grammar, but the way they spoke was enough to make me tremble. Just like that, my composure drained away, my legs buckled, and my throat grew dry enough to crack. I'm sorry, accident my ass! He is a Shion fan. He is a Shion fan. You kicked it, didn't you, dumbass? I was completely at fault. There was nothing I could say in my defense. As a result, I was pulled even higher. The hell, man! The paint's gonna be all scuffed. Yo, brat. Who put you up to this, eh? This is your goddamn fault. The three of them continued to yell at me. I had no idea what each of them was saying. Was that an Aussie? Maybe. But welcome, Sunnyshine. Getting further enraged that I was only listening while dumbstruck, they grabbed an empty plastic crate from a nearby store and began to smash it repeatedly against a telephone pole. Cracks formed in the crate, plastic shards flying everywhere. Then they slammed it full force into the shuttered storefront. Smash! The shutter let out a frighteningly loud noise. Still not satisfied, they flipped over a case of empty cans, scattering its contents all over the place. This was not normal. It was something you saw often on television or in manga, but I never thought I'd be seeing it in person. Seeing it in person would be this terrifying. I became painfully aware that the safety of civilized society was only held up by such a fragile concept as morals. My knees clattered together noisily. Static began to pepper my vision. This is what you would call absolute terror. There was nothing I could do to stop this frightening spectacle of violence. I could only pray for help. The fear I felt was just too much. Would somebody help me? My gaze floundered about the surrounding area. I was surrounded by these three hoodlums. No way would there be a passerby brave enough to intervene. Keiji's in a princess situation. Who shall be his prince? Maybe this is what you call reaping what you sow? If I were a passerby, there'd be no doubt I'd ignore what was going on. This is somewhat of cosmic retribution. Fucking say something! I'll fucking stab you! No, they sound British to me. Angry yelling loud enough to rattle my eardrums spewed forth right in front of my face. My waning consciousness was forcefully dragged back to the forefront. The thug had cocked back his free hand and twisted his body, when suddenly a metallic taste filtered through the back of my throat. A chill ran down my spine like a jolt of electricity. Seeing what was going to happen next, I squeezed my eyes shut as tightly as possible and grit my teeth. Then, you're making quite the racket, you stupid pieces of trash. Get out of my sight. That voice was a short distance away. Still holding me by the collar, the three thugs spun around to look behind them. It's Shion! The fuck you say? Standing there was Mion. She stood there, displaying an imposing stature like I'd never seen before. She didn't have the same look on her face as she did when we were playing around during club. Those were the eyes that would instill fear in anyone who looked upon them. The eyes of a raptor. It's Prince Shion here to save Princess Heiji. They were the epitome of terror. At the same time, they were the most reassuring thing in the world. I'll only say this one more time. Let go of Kei-chan and get lost. Mion, without an ounce of fear, laid down her ultimatum. Of course, there was no way those three wouldn't go absolutely berserk. The situation instantly turned explosively dangerous. You fucking bitch! Eyes of an F-22 Raptor, mortifying. I'll fucking bash your head in! Stop it, Mion. These guys are like rabid dogs. I checked and... No! Sunny Shine, that's spoilers! Please don't put spoilers in the chat. Thank you. Please don't put spoilers in the chat. Some people watch this and haven't watched any of the anime and don't know anything about this kind of stuff, so please don't put spoilers in the chat. It's okay, no worries. No amount of bluffing will work. Mion, it's dangerous, so... I knew what I was saying was pathetic, but I couldn't let Mion get involved in this. It's okay, Sunny-chan, just be careful next time, okay? No matter how you looked at it, Mion was only bluffing. But did Mion even know the name of the word bluff? However, the reason behind everything soon became apparent. They were slowly increasing in number little by little. At first, it was only businessmen on their way home stopping to take a look. Then it was housewives in the middle of shopping taking a gander. Next, what seemed like the owner of some store showed up, and it was pretty clear he wasn't just looking. Around Mion, there was about 7 people gathered. It felt different than people coming out to support a friend. If I had to say why, it was because the group that gathered was diverse in age and gender. The 3 thugs seemingly slowly realized that there was something strange about the situation. Who the hell are these guys? Sonozaki family, bitch! Behind them, at some point, 4 more people of different clothes and ages had gathered. A girl who looked to be in middle school, a man wearing a bakery apron, an old lady in a house cleaning smock. More and more people of various ages. Their gazes, comparable to Mion's, were of hostility, of intimidation. Before I realized it, over 10 people had formed a ring around us. At that moment, 5 elementary schoolers ran in and joined the circle. There were some familiar faces. Some of our classmates. These people were residents of Hinamizawa? More and more people from Hinamizawa gathered around. In obvious contrast, the residents of Okinomiya were passing by as quickly as possible. The fuck are you guys? Go the fuck away! The group surrounding us had suddenly swelled into about 20 people. Completely encircled, the faces of the thugs began to show signs of panic. Peasants gang. Yup. Nobody spoke a word, Mion included. And then a helldiver joined in and vaporized the thugs with an orbital rail cannon. Yay! And democracy was saved. That made everything completely unnatural, and depending on which side you were on, completely terrifying. Only the thugs' voices echoed out like they were screaming. Somebody took a step forward, closing the gap between them. As they did, everyone else took a step forward, shrinking the circle. The hoodlums went pale as they were pushed together, back to back, while still yelling angrily. They were trying to string together vulgarities, but for some reason it sounded like they were crying for help. All right, what's going on here? What's happening? What's going on? It was sudden. A solidly built officer cut his way through the crowd. At some point, 2 police cars had arrived. Some passerby had undoubtedly called for them. Several burly officers appeared from inside the second vehicle.
Officer, good timing. There you go. The extortionists were caught red-handed. Please arrest them.
The fuck? This brass the one in the wrong here. Why, mate, you haven't paid your mob rule tax this month. Democracy's verdict is death. Death by mob. Mion returned to her usual self. Was nonchalantly pointing out the hoodlums to the police. Of course, the thugs were furious, but now that it had come to this, there was nothing they could do. It was their loss. Okay, come over here for a sec. Come on already. The officers handcuffed the thugs and dragged them towards the patrol cars. The fuck, let me go! We're the victims, are you listening? Damn it! No matter how much of a ruckus they caused, the officers paid no heed. In the blink of an eye, they were crammed inside the two vehicles. They could still be heard yelling while inside the police cars, but what they were saying was no longer ineligible. Oh, hello! Hello, policeman from before. Are you alright? Are you injured? He was probably a detective. The man leading the police peered into at my face. No, not really. Very British thugs they were. They were! Very British. Strangely British for Japan. Well, that's a bit of a silver lining then. Well then, have a good year. The portly man, after taking a quick look around, addressed the crowd. Thank you, citizens, for your timely report. Thanks to your efforts, we were able to keep the peace today. It's a wonderful thing. Nufufu.
Thank you for your hard work, Detective Oishi. As a citizen, I thank you for your daily efforts. It's an honor for a detective from the 1st Division to come all the way.
The way Shion talked didn't have a very pleasant tone. It was a coincidence. I happened to hear the call over the radio on my way back from the prefectural office. I made a little detour.
Please keep up the good work. I pray for success in your future endeavors.
Ah, shucks. It's a good thing there were no injuries, though.
Oshi-san, we're done here. Let's go.
Well then, have a good year. I'm sorry, could you make way? The detective named Oshi began jovially making pleasantries, lumbered over the waiting police car. It quickly set off, disappearing down the city streets. It was over so quickly. So quickly I was dumbstruck. I didn't even get to ask the officer what was going on. It was like they came here quickly to disperse the mob before any trouble could start. After making sure the police cars left, Mion snapped her fingers sharply. Alright, that's a wrap! And don't come back! That was the signal. The tension melted away in an instant as everybody began smiling. A middle-aged man helped me up. Are you okay, young Mayabara? Next time, pick your fights a bit better. It's not like I wanted to fight.
Are you hurt anywhere? If you hit your head, it would be a good idea to get an x-ray taken.
An older lady I didn't know the name of was concerned about my injury.
You were lucky this happened right in front of the station, where it was busy. Otherwise, we wouldn't been able to gather as many people. Next time, be more careful. City kids these days are pretty unruly.
Maybe don't pick fights rather than pick better citizens. Mabi.
Honestly.
I was even warned by the old lady in the smock. As Shion finished applauding and dispersing the group for their efforts, she strode over to me.
Well, you're pretty good, K-chan. But I also think that you should be more careful about who you pick fights with. Oh, thanks, Mion. You saved me back there. Like I said, I'm Shion. She made a troubled expression as she turned her gaze downwards, blushing in embarrassment. I heard from my sister that the first seal keychain is yours, Keiji. Oh yeah, that's right. I was just heading to the restaurant. And you ended up feeling excited, so you got mixed up in something weird. Now it was my turn for my face to go red. I didn't want to admit it, but she was spot on. Well, I was just unlucky. But you really saved me, Shion. You don't have to thank me. So, if you see somebody else getting bullied, help them out, okay? We value that kind of thing very highly here. I was well versed in that sense of camaraderie, but the way I was rescued just now, something seemed a little off about it. While I was helped out, it was honestly to an almost disturbing degree. You're coming into the restaurant, right? You must be tired, so why didn't you relax for a bit? My treat. Seems that she caught the glimmer of suspicion in my eyes. Without waiting for my answer, Shion began walking. Don't think about it, Keiji. Don't think about it. It's fine. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. It's not like the Sonozaki family owns everything around here, so we're not like some kind of weird mafia or anything. Of course not. Of course not! Shion is very head-patable. She is very cute. Very, very cute. I like her ribbons. After cooling off a bit inside the restaurant, little by little, I realized I was still on edge. There were spots here and there on my body that hurt, probably because I had been so stiff with nervousness. Just family-owned business! Shion, who had changed into her uniform, brought me over 2 glasses of iced coffee. There you go, iced coffee on the house. Just to bring this coupon with you to the register, and it'll be no charge. My patheticness really knew no bounds. But since she went through the trouble, I might as well take her up on her offer. Even though it started out as such a lovely day, I had to get carried away and do that stupid thing. I completely ruined it. But really, you saved my hide there. I've really come to see you as reliable. Even I was scared. But Kei-chan was in trouble, so I had to be brave and do my best. While a little embarrassed by what she just said, Shion made a show of folding her arms boldly. Shion, really, thank you. I was thanking Shion, but I really wanted to thank Mion. Mion, really, thank you. Now, cheer up a little. If you feel indebted, then you have the chance. Then when you have the chance, you should help somebody in need. Like, for example, if I'm ever in trouble. Please come and save me. This isn't an yeah, of course. It's a promise. That's not an ominous promise. No red flags are raised here. Not a single red flag anywhere I can see. I don't know about you. Maybe I'm colorblind. She might be green, but there was a red flag. You absolutely have to. Taking advantage of my words, she seemed happy about my promise. So if I'm ever in trouble, Kei-chan will come and save me. I hope trouble comes soon. Ah, you finally smiled. Foreshadowing is a literary device. Yes, it is. She said as she smiled herself, poking me in the cheek. A downtrodden Kei-chan is as good as an imposter. Come on, smile, smile. That tickles. Stop. Thanks to Shion's meddling, I finally cheered up a little.
All the muscles in my body that had stiffened because of the incident finally began to relax a little.
When you're in a better mood, don't you get a little hungry?
I'm kind of hungry, so I want to eat some pancakes or something.
Do you want some too, Kei-chan?
I wanted to show a little restraint, but restraint wasn't really my thing. We're gonna do a murder for the green lady. We might do a murder for the green lady. For the green lady! That's why I replied without any. They're good, right? I'm pretty picky when it comes to pancakes.
Don't worry. Our pancakes have a pretty good reputation.
Shion ordered some pancakes from a nearby waitress. The employee ordering from another employee seems kinda weird. Hey, speaking of that, weren't you in the middle of a shift? You've just been slacking off while talking to me.
I told my uncle that you saved me when I was surrounded by hoodlums, so he's rewarding you. So, I have the manager's permission.
That's exactly the opposite of what happened. Is that alright?
It's perfectly fine.
By the time the pancakes arrived, we had entered into a relaxed conversation.
Ah.
A little bit creepy, but As the two of us ate pancakes, we livened the mood with some chit-chat. What was on TV, celebrities, that kind of thing. Hobbies, food, really nothing more than idle chit-chat. I'm all for it. We go kill for the Green Mafia lady. We sacrifice our souls for the Green Mafia lady. Talking together like this, I once again became conscious of Shion being a girl. Oh, teenagers. Hey now, that's funny talk, Keiji Maebara. Shion and Mion are the same person. If there was anything different between them, it was only whether or not Mion admitted that she was Mion. But given that, how come our conversation was this different?
Kei-chan, you don't think of my sister as a girl, do you?
That's not true! If she were a guy, I'd punch the living daylights out of her. I think the reason you guys get along so well is because you have that kind of platonic relationship. That's pretty rare and inevitable thing to have, don't you think? I don't get what you're saying, but it really would be a waste to treat her like a girl. Weird. Heh, Kei-chan, that's sexist. Ha 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 ha. Yes, it is. Keiji has some weird. I mean, I guess it's part of maybe. Obviously, I'm not a guy, so tell me if I'm wrong. But if media has taught me anything about young boys, it's that girl alarms in your head. So, you would kind of lose out on friendship in a way if you thought of your friend as a girl in a weird. I don't know what I'm saying. Hearing the word sexist was cause for introspection. Yes, it is! That's the correct response! That's the equivalent of, Spider-Verse, when it is like, oh, I need to examine my personal biases. That I was prejudiced against Mion and Shion for. What was I prejudiced against Mion and Shion for? As a guy, I could attest, girl's scary. Mion was Mion. She was the best friend a guy could have. No reservations and no head and shoulders above me when it came to club activities. If I had met her 5 years earlier, my life would probably be a lot more fun. Of this, I had no doubt. I feel like being ace puts me at a disadvantage here. I see. Your girl alarm is broken. It just works as girl friend alarm. Then what about Shion? She was Mion's little sister, and it hadn't even been 3 days since we met. Her relationship was much more distant, as the only thread we had in common was that I knew her sister. And for Shion, it was the same. I was somebody she met 3 days ago, only because I was a friend of her sister's. The difference between Mion and Shion? Friendliness? Familiarity? Playing around with those unclear thoughts for a while, I'd stopped listening to Shion. Hypothetically, okay, are you listening? Yeah, sorry, I'm listening. This is just a hypothetical question, okay? Both me and my sister are in trouble, okay? We're dangling off the side of a cliff. Foreshadowing is a literary tool. Which one of us do you save? You can only save one. She wasn't saying it to tease me, but had a playful tone behind her voice. That's not a nice question. I want to save you both, but I can't do that, right? Right. You can only save either Shion or Mion. Who would you save? If it were Mion, I don't think she'd be in that situation in the first place, as it's something she could easily get out of. But what about normal, frail Shion? Definitely no other implications. Say nope, no implications, no flags. I guess I'd have no choice. It's not my sister, right? If Mion and Shion were different people, I suppose it would come to that. I couldn't confirm nor deny it. She should have been smiling, but her gaze was locked firmly to mine. In other words, that's it, isn't it? My sister is... Huh. Sorry, I messed up what I was trying to say. Shion was trying to talk in a light-hearted manner, but I felt there was something more behind her words. Mion was trying to tell me something through Shion. Not being able to put a finger on exactly what it was vexing. Nope. Nope. Shion, to hide her embarrassment, turned the conversation around. More importantly, just now, were you surprised when everybody kept on showing up? Of course I was! If it were Rena or Satoko, that would have been one thing, but all of those people, young and old, together, they were all from Hinamizawa, right? Yeah, that's right. Everybody in Hinamizawa is pretty close-knit. An enemy of one is an enemy of all. Nobody is going to look on from the sidelines. They're a pretty reliable group of residents. If somebody's being picked on and everybody unites to get rid of the bully, kinda sounds like the Mafia or the Yakuza brand of unity. You shouldn't say something like that. It's something you should be thankful for. You were saved by that unity, weren't you? Never forget to show your appreciation. I half-heartedly agreed. I knew full well I should be appreciative. Yakuza, dame dane, dame yo, dame yo. Didn't say that aloud. Blow the cover! Everybody really is close-knit, aren't they? Maybe it's because of tradition. Hinamizawa has been in danger of becoming a ghost town on several occasions. There's been a history of the villagers uniting together each time to fight for the village's continued existence. For example, Kei-chan, did you know about the Hinamizawa Dam project? The Hinamizawa Dam project? Let's see, I feel like I've heard someone talk about it before. About 10 years ago, there was a sudden proposal to build a dam here, which would have submerged Hinamizawa in water. Oh, that story! I think I heard Dad talk about that. But I'm pretty sure that plan was cancelled, right? We made them cancel it. Everybody banded together, so that was a well-earned victory. sounded pretty much like the story I heard. The protest intensified to the point where it featured in newspapers and magazines. As a result, the plan was suspended. Never heard of that before. Totally new information. The whole story with the dam apparently started before I was born. At first, the proposal was only for exemplary purposes, or a small dam to control erosion. But then the cat was let out of the bag. If it were completed, it would have been the biggest dam in Japan. Not just Hinamizawa, but several villages upstream would have been submerged as well. Protests immediately began. Petitions to cancel or relocate the project were drafted and submitted to the Diet. They even went so far as to go to the Ministry of Construction in Tokyo to hand over a direct appeal to the minister. The previous landowner sued the government, stating there were inconsistencies in the purchase agreement and the transaction should be nullified. Owners of yet unacquired land split their properties, increasing the number of landowners in order to stifle the project. It was all very precious when the land was acquisitioned. And when the land acquisition was still about money. Eventually, they started relying on the eminent domain in order to seize land. It started at that point. The riot police began to get violent. Riot police? You mean the police? Why would they act violent? They punched. They kicked. There was a time I was hit. Right around here, I think. My skin split open, and a whole lot of blood spilled out. Saying that, Shion indicated to her temple, poking at it. What happened to the police? Filing a complaint against the riot police for police brutality would seem kind of strange for some reason. Also, completely useless. Naturally, they wouldn't pay heed to something like that. You wouldn't be able to establish proof on who exactly hit you, and they could justify their actions by saying you were interfering with police duties. My nana went off like a firework. After that, it was amazing, like a full-scale war. We weren't just going to sit by and idly file complaints. We went on the offensive. First, in order to call attention to the government, they filed a temporary injunction in court. Then, in order to gain public support, they called prominent scientists to state that Hinamizawa was a viable nature preserve. They pressured the prefectural and multi-simple assemblies, saying that the prefectural governor ignored his constituents when he approved the project and demanded his resignation. They completely and thoroughly denounced him. Someone's never been to LA. Oh no, I haven't, and I don't think I want to go. Naturally, in Hinamizawa, a ferocious conflict worthy of being called the Dam War began. In order to suppress the police's brutality, they coordinated with the network channels and exposed the violence of the riot squad members to the public. On top of that, they put together a special expose themed around the government repressing the citizens and aired it nationally. It worked wonders. Following that, the SWAT teams had their hands cuffed. Day after day, the petitions and demonstrations continued. Propaganda was used to help garner support. The circle of support gradually expanded outwards from Hinamizawa. Either that born fruit, or government finally decided against it. It was announced that the dam project was indefinitely suspended just a few years ago. Damn, they fought hard. We never got the details so badly. All we got was the murder that happened in the last chapter, so that's what they did on the government side of things to get things down. We did everything we could. The entire village banded together and fought. At that time, we were desperate, but now that it's over, it's actually become a pretty good memory. The villagers' feeling of solidarity and unity hasn't faded. Shion said as she focused off into the distance. I felt that those eyes weren't filled with anguish, but rather a sense of pride. That kind of solidarity is pretty nice. You don't see it too often, bridging the generation gap and unifying the region. I think so too. The dam project was a trial. I think that the fact that we were able to overcome it is huge. The fear I was feeling until just now gradually began to fade. When people began showing up one after another while I was engaged with those thugs, I thought it was frightening. But now I felt from the bottom of my heart that I had been rude. The villagers prepared to defend their homeland to the death. Their sense of solidarity that foisted. It might seem imprudent to say this, but I was a little jealous. If I had been in Hinamizawa when the protest against the dam was going on, I might have been able to share that sense of solidarity. Hey-chan, you weren't here at the time, so I don't think you can fully feel the solidarity in the village, but everybody shares it, thoroughly. Even with somebody who just moved here like you, Kei-chan. She couldn't have been more right. So many people got together to help me out when I just moved here. Even though they were strangers whose names I didn't even know. A hot feeling began to well up inside me. When I lived in the city, I didn't even know my own neighbors. Thought that was natural, but here, that was an absurd and pathetic thing. Even though I thought of them as strangers, all the other villagers viewed me as a comrade. Happiness and warmth. I was acutely aware of those feelings as they gradually welled up inside me. Sonozaki-san! The manager wants you to work the floor! A more senior waitress waved her hand and called out to Shion. It seemed like it was time for work. Ah, okay, I'm coming! Sorry. Looks like I have to get to work now. It's fine. Thanks for hanging out with me, it was fun. Oh, are you going home? Yeah. My mum gets fussy if I'm not home by dinner time. It seemed that Shion wanted to say something, but she swallowed her words. Like we hadn't talked enough. That kind of feeling. Looking at that expression, I regretted saying something that had disappointed me on like this. I was about to say that I could stay for a bit longer when Shion got up from her seat. Here. If you use the coupon, it should cover the pancakes as well. Saying that, she showed me a coupon booklet as she tore out a few sheets and handed them to me. Convenient, isn't it? It's a perk I get on top of my salary. It's okay, I can pay for the pancakes myself. Hey! Being so reserved doesn't fit you, Kei-chan. If I were my sister, you would have gladly let me pay for it. She said as she laughed, gently stopping me from opening my wallet. Being told so with such an encouraging smile really resounded with me. Sonozaki-san, sorry, could you take care of the register? Ah, yes, right away. Later, today was fun. Saying that, Shion smiled one more time at me. Oh, Mion. Thanks a lot for today, I owe you one. If you really think that, then return the favor. I'm looking forward to it. After I said that, I realized I mistakenly called her Mion. I didn't know if she realized it or not. She could have misheard it, or she could be just like, for fuck's sake. Bro, keep up appearances, will you? Nighttime. Lazing around and watching television after dinner was part of my daily routine. It might seem like a waste at first glance,
But you could say it was an important time when I was able to accrue knowledge of everything from politics to economics to various trivia. After dinner was valuable time well spent while the brain was at its most supplied with nutrients. Yes. That is why we scroll the internet. Nope. You idiot! Obviously that Tokyo Tower... It's obvious the Tokyo Tower is taller! Ah! Quiz shows, bro. Today I tested my knowledge of trivia by watching my weekly quiz show. Sitting in front of the television, I was able to get a lot of the answers right. But if I were actually up on stage, I'd probably fail miserably. Couch quiz person. I get that. Well, no, I don't get that. I'm still not very good at quizzes even when I'm on my couch, let alone actually being the idea of being there. Phone call from Sonozaki-san! Which one? Which one? Okay, Sonozaki? That's Mion! Or is it? It was a little late for her to be calling. I had a bad feeling about this. I had a hunch it was something to do with club activities. He was probably going to inform me what we were doing tomorrow. This was Mion we were talking about. She might even go so far as to say we're doing club activities right now, so hurry up and come over. By the way, it was 8 PM. Hello? No way we're having a club battle right now. Huh? That's not it. I mean, it was Mion. But it was very unlike Mion way of talking. Huh, could it be? Sorry. Could it be you're not Mion but Shion? That's right. Good evening. I'm sorry for calling you so late. For Mion, this would have been an ill-fittingly polite way of talking. But since it was Shion, it was natural. Even though they were both the same person. With a dry smile, I enjoyed that mysterious feeling. No, it's fine. What's up? Kei-chan, do you like sweets, like cakes or desserts? There was no way I hated them. I am an unabashed glutton! I am, correct. That's great. Actually, there's a new dessert contest this summer. Looks like they have a new dessert menu every season. So they were hiring taste testers for potential desserts. The desserts at Angel Mort have a good reputation. It's pretty difficult to get accepted as a taste tester. I'll get right to the point. Ta-da! You say ta-da, but I can't see over the phone. Still, could it be? That's right! I have a taste testing ticket right here. If you don't mind sweets, how about it? When you say, how about it, you basically mean, with that ticket, I can eat all the new desserts I want. They say to beware of honey pots, but this is sweeter than any honey pot. All you can eat free desserts, no way. If you're okay with that, I'll register you as a taste tester. When you come to the restaurant tomorrow, just give the person in charge your name. Then everything will work out. When you say everything will work out, you mean like all I can eat. For free. Yeah, it's free. There's quite a bit, so I recommend you come hungry. This was such a delectable opportunity, it was almost scary. This really was. This was really Shion, right? It wasn't Mion posing as Shion in order to bait me into a trap, was it? What am I saying? They're the same person! Yeah. I know exactly what you're thinking, Kei-chan. You're thinking this is too good to be true, right? I would never. I heard from my sister. You're really somebody who can't tell a lie. I'm not averse to something like that. Shion laughed with a voice that sounded a lot like how Mion would laugh. It's not like I was intending on it, but it just so happens that my shift ends early tomorrow. If it's not a bother, I thought maybe we could spend a little time together after I'm done. Your shift ends early tomorrow? Yeah. So while you take time eating dessert, I'll finish up. Well, I didn't have any other plans. I don't mind hanging out with you for a bit. It's not like we have to go anywhere. I was thinking we could just cool off in the evening and take a walk. There was no reason for me to refuse. Out of courtesy, I might as well take her up on the offer. By the way, Kei-chan, you and I have been meeting up every day, haven't we? Now that you say it, I guess we have. Since you said okay, we have an excuse to meet again tomorrow. Huh? What was Mion saying? Kei-chan, your voice just cracked. What's the matter? It wasn't a video phone, but she could tell I was beet red. Well, you should definitely come tomorrow. I'll take my leave here. Good night. Good night. She unfinished with what she had called to say, ended the conversation without any chit-chat. When I returned to the living room after hanging up the phone, the TV was already off and my mum was sleeping in the rocking chair. Not feeling like turning the TV back on, I went back upstairs and returned to my room. I've only been receiving favors from Mion, haven't I? She brought me a bento. She saved me when I got involved with those thugs. She was supposed to be a different person, so I could thank Mion at school. Come to think of it, she'd probably say she'll pass it on to her sister. I have to thank Shion directly. Tomorrow. I'll repay her somehow. He can't even ask Mion what Shion likes if he thinks he's the same person. Hey Mion, what do you like? Hey, what does Shion like? Details of the delinquent 3. I'm actually gonna skip that. I couldn't give less of a fuck what happens to them. Mob mentality. That's the achievement I just got. I'm also gonna do a quick save. We don't have too much left of the stream now, so let's just do a quick save. Yes, end of chapter 4. I want to just continue, but then I might get an achievement for the tips. But I want to keep going. Maybe I'll do the tips next time. I can't be bothered right now. I want to plot. Plot. I knew we wouldn't be doing any club activities after school today before Mion even said anything. I'd been invited over by Shion for an all-you-could-eat dessert. I made a point of leaving half my lunch uneaten. My expectations would only be rivaled by my hunger. Keiji-kun, you seem kind of happy today. Did something good happen? Did it? I guess it was obvious. Rena questioned me with a happy look. That's right. Why don't I invite Rena for dessert as well? No, if I recall correctly, she answered something about having a ticket. At worst, the restaurant might be admission by ticket only today. If that was the case, then having Rena be turned away at the door would result in the worst feeling ever. Yeah, I got a little lucky. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Rena, you'll definitely be jealous. Oh, what is it? What is it? More like mob funtality. Yeah, totally, bro. Not mob terrifying-tality. I'm jealous. She's jealous without even knowing what it is. This lucky thing? Is it cute? Is it? Cute? I don't know what Rena would think of the uniforms at Angel Mort. They'd definitely be a critical hit. Probably. Probably pretty cute. Oh, jelly! What is it? What is it? What kind of fortune were you blessed with? Huh? Could it be? You participated in the draw at Angel Mort about 2 months ago. And won? Yeah, I am cute. Chibi is cute. Hey now, I hadn't even transferred here 2 months ago. Oh, that's right. Then if it's not Angel's
dessert festa, then...
Mi-chan, what's the angel dessert festa exactly?
Chibi is cute and edible, not edible! You know, there's that family restaurant called Angel Mart right by Okinoma Station. Every season, they hold an event to promote their new dessert menu. That's today. Oh, it's no use going. The restaurant is reserved for people who won the draw. Mion explained again what Shion explained to me last night.
Ren will have to stop by the restaurant sometime. I'll do my best to draw a winning ticket and aim to enter the next all-you-can-eat event.
Knock yourself out. By the way, this is just something I heard, but there's a rumor that the tickets are being sold on the black market for a pretty penny. Hearing that story, I felt even more appreciative of the ticket that Shion had procured for me. I just thought I was lucky to be able to eat desserts for free, but it turned out that that ticket was much more valuable. The number of things I had to thank Shion for had increased again. Thanks. I didn't know it was worth so much. I whispered in a voice only Mion could hear. That was how I conveyed my feelings. Mion looked at me for a moment before she tilted her head to the side and smiled confusedly. You're awesome at VA. This is very nice to hear. Ah, thank you, Venus. I appreciate it. I do my best. I think I'm good at getting the emotions sometimes, but I can't vary my voice that much, unfortunately. But we tried to make up with it with feelings! What? Did you say something? It would be a problem if you said something to me right now. That smile seemed to be telling me as much.
Yeah.
I guess Mion wouldn't be accepting my gratitude while she was Mion. I'll go to the restaurant. Today, I'll thank Mion while she's Shion. Well then, this old man will take his leave here. The work today is going to be a little rough. Later! Oh, and this isn't even the true old school. Oh god, 1 second. I gotta go deal with something over on Twitch. Ban! Someone tried to prove that OnlyFans. Gross. Yeah, I like the old school illustration. But this isn't even the old school. This is the, like, improved version. This is a modded, improved version. What is this about me being food? I'm not food! I'm not food. You do not eat chibis. No eating chibis. The work today is gonna be a little rough. Later! Mion waved her hand energetically as she left.
Hey, Keiji-kun! Mi-chan has been kind of weird lately. Like, she's elated or something.
No eat chibis! Exactly, Venus! No eat chibis! It's bad for you. What? You think so? Rena was pretty sharp when it came to these type of things. To me, Mion seemed the same as always, but Rena apparently felt something different.
You don't know, Keiji-kun?
I totally thought you knew! Rena's skirt fluttered as she spun around with a coy smile. No what, exactly? I was obviously weaseling my way out of the question, but I wasn't lying. Honestly, I didn't really know what was going on. Why did Shion, a persona of Mion that she'd created, appear before me? Something was blatantly up, but Rena paid no heed.
Oh, really? I wonder what it is then. When Mi-chan is in a good mood, so is Rena.
Oh! Saying that, she spread her arms wide and spun around happily. I don't know why, but Rena was in a really good mood. It was so infectious that I had to smile too. Even the chirping of the cicadas seemed joyful.
But you see...
Rena abruptly stopped spinning. Her expression had returned to a more sober one.
Little blushy-washy. You see, Mi-chan, lately, she's been in a lot of pain.
What do you mean, pain? The pain that Rena was talking about probably wasn't physical.
At first, she tried to pretend it wasn't a big deal. But, like a wound, it began to fester.
Oh, I know exactly what she's talking about. Oh no. Rena is quite sharp.
Fester and grow. Eventually, she was no longer able to bear the pain and woke up in the middle of the night. And then she phoned Rena. Mi-chan was crying.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
What am I talking about? Keiji, I'm talking about when you're a dickhead to her. And tell her she's not a girl. It's really mean, you know. Huh? What is Rena talking about? What?
Hey, don't play dumb like that. Just now you said...
I don't know. Rena doesn't know anything.
Oh, big crush. Rena spun as she laughed innocently. Eventually, she appeared to get sick, stumbling as she steadied herself with her hand against the wall.
Oh, the room is spinning.
That was dumb. That's what you get for getting carried away and spinning like that.
Sorry. Oh, I think I feel sick.
I lent the ditz a shoulder to lean on. Damn! Whoever did this translation, I strongly believe is British. To be stumbling around like a newborn foal at this age is actually quite a feat. Rena, in a good mood, only babbled incoherently after that. I laughed as I responded to and chided her. However, the chance to revisit that heavy topic Rena had brought up before never arrived.
Mia, what's going on, sweetie?
As soon as I got home, I tossed aside my school bag and changed in a hurry. The effects of only having a light lunch were starting to show, as my stomach began to let out fickle growls. Alright, let's go. To Angel Mort! It's time to face the land of endless desert! Preparations for battle are complete. Tally-ho! On to the cycle. Angel Mort had a decidedly different feel to it compared to yesterday. Dessert festa today, admittance by reservation only. Nonetheless, the front of the store was being swarmed by over a dozen young men. Judging by how they were looking upwards in jealousy, instead of entering the store, they weren't invitees. Why would they gather here if they knew they couldn't get in? I found out the answer when I passed through the crowd and began to climb the steps to the restaurant. Are you a participant? Do you have a ticket? Yeah, well, I was lucky. As soon as I said that, I was immediately mobbed. It was like being in the middle of a football scrum on a crowded train. What's going on? Their reason was this. It wasn't just one ticket per person. One ticket could let up to 4 people inside, so Rena could have came! So it's like that, huh? Seems like I should have invited Rena and the others. You should have! Thanks for the tip. But I'll pretend I didn't hear that. With an uplifting smile, I turned and ignored them. When I did, their arms all reached out at once, like souls of the damned seeking succor. That ticket could have been up to 4 people! Please bring us with you! What selfish people. This was the only reason they were crowded in front of the restaurant? Dozens of wretched arms reached out to me like teeth on a giant rake and rasped at the air. I was already climbing the stairs to the entrance. What a heartless dick. Grab him! This isn't something to joke about. I flew up the rest of the stairs and threw myself inside the restaurant. It was like I'd entered a different world. Cake? Aw, I wanted pictures of the cake! Sad. The miserable throng of the damned hurled curses at me from the other side of the glass door. He's gonna get bullied again. Except this time it's not his fault. Otakus are just too horny. Horny for cake. But inside of this completely soundproofed, air-conditioned restaurant, with the angelic smile of the waitresses to welcome me, there was nothing more than a refreshing piece of scenery. I knew that I shouldn't laugh, but I began to let out a sinister cackle. Good afternoon! Welcome to Angel Mart. Due to today's dessert affair, the restaurant is reserved for customers who won the draw. Could I ask your name and ticket? I don't have the ticket, but I should be on the guest list. Mayabara? Mayabara. There it is. I'm sorry, but may I please have your full name? Keiji Mayabara. My apologies for the inconvenience. You're here by special invitation, right? I'll show you to your seat. Please, this way. The mood inside the room was incredibly heated. The booths were packed to the brim. Men in their prime were stuffing their faces with dainty desserts that didn't suit them at all. It was a rather unnerving spectacle. Hey, look, it's sexism again. Men can have desserts. Men deserve desserts. Everyone deserves desserts. Soon after I was shown to my seat, Shion arrived. Good afternoon. Welcome to Angel Mart. Hey, Shion. Thanks so much for today. I really appreciate it. You were a bit late, so I was getting worried. I'm really happy you came, though. It may have been because other customers were around that her tone was less casual, but she still capped off that welcome with her usual brilliant smile. As you can see, there's a lot of customers here today, so I'm not sure I'll be able to take a break. Please take your time and relax until I'm finished. When I'm done, let's go play somewhere, okay? Whispering that last part in my ear, Shion winked and returned to the kitchen. Shion! You flirt! Maybe it was because the mood in the restaurant was so heated, but Shion seemed a little bolder. Even a small change in her mannerisms was enough to set my heart aflutter. Sorry to keep you waiting! While I was overwhelmed by the atmosphere inside the restaurant, orders from the new summer menu were carried out one after another. Rena scares me. Sorry, I was delayed in writing it. I love Rena. I love her more when she scares me. She's just that trope that I really love. That's like, oh, she's so cute. She'll murder you in your sleep. I love looks like a cinnamon roll, but it will actually kill you. It makes me happy. Every single one was extravagantly huge. I get it. You can eat all of these amazing things for free, but no wonder a ticket is worth its weight in gold. We love scary women. Yes, we do. On top of that, all of it was plenty delicious. From dishes with a general appeal to insane ones aimed at a specific audience, there were absolutely no gaps in their repertoire. No matter how you look at it, I don't think one person can eat this much. Well, let's just leave it at that for now. It didn't feel relaxing in here at all. Probably because the fever inside the restaurant was clearly abnormal. All the other booth seats were crammed with groups of 4. Sleazy men were gorging like pigs on cutely decorated desserts, and it wouldn't have been a surprise if they started licking the plates. It was more than a little unsettling. She's my fave. She's terrifying. Same! She's my fave too, which is why I did the chibi. That's why I did the chibi of me on the thumbnail dressed like her, because she's my fave. It piqued my interest, so I started listening on their conversations and what things I heard. Angel Maud is the Moe. Me? I bought my ticket for 7k redacted auctions. Hello, Spaghetti Spay, welcome. Sparta Spay, Spaghetti Spay? Where the hell did I get that from? That's a different name. Sparta Spay, welcome. Yes! Chibi me! I realised, I suppose, if you guys that just joined from Twitch, you've never seen the Chibi before. The Chibi does get bullied a lot, though, so I had to bring a shield with me, just for protection. I told work that I was attending a relative's funeral. The uniforms here are the greatest. I wonder if the waitress would wipe it for me if I spilled some water on my... Oh, God. Nope, not reading that. Not reading that. Nope. I'm gonna read them in my head before I read them out loud now. I heard the plan on selling figures. We'll have to pay heed at the next event. Speaking of which, that major figures bring out a line. We must confirm the release date. Problem is, there are too many variations to bulk buy them. If it were just a normal set of family restaurant uniforms, they'd only be around 10 types, but including the secret set with different poses that are planned, there's 100 or so. Someone trade with me when I get a double. It's my duty as a fan to complete the collection right away. No, this is destiny between us. The words spilling out of their mouths were pretty much all incomprehensible jargon, but they still keenly conveyed that hidden behind them was an invisible aura of abnormality. Attackers are weird, bro. Sorry to keep you waiting. The next dessert. Tropical Cinnamon Love Affair. Oh my gosh, I want that. That sounds great. Can I have one? Is it a parfait? Cagey. I swear to God, if you don't give me a description of this dessert in the next few lines. Is something the matter? No, it's just... It's kind of different inside the restaurant today. Our restaurant is pretty famous in their circles. Well, we were aiming for that, so it's all well and good, but during festas, there's something of the more hardcore crowd, so it can be a handful. The waitress informed me with a wry smile. The customers seem rather riled up, almost like a pack of hyenas. It seems a lot of the customers today came from unreasonably far away. Those types of people are fairly prone to losing their self-control, so it's a little scary. If you don't mind, keep your guard up. Something bad can happen. What did you mean by keep my guard up? Your guard up? At that moment, a large crash resounded throughout the room. I don't get to know what that dessert looks like. Oh, game. I needed to know what the Cinnamon Love Affair looked like. God damn it. I turned around, startled to see that a waitress had fallen down and spilled the order she was carrying right onto a customer. Wait, isn't that Shion? I am so sorry. Your food is What have you done? The jeans I brought at a certain specialty shop for a whole 1,800 yen are sticky from frosting. Ew. What the hell is that? For somebody who just met with disaster, he seems awfully happy. How tragic. Nope.
Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. But that is... Someone save her! No! No! KG, 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 KG. I knew there was one awkward bit in this. Yep, go on, go on, go on. Help her, help her, help her, help her, help her. Good, blah, 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 blah. I will not stand for this filth. KG. KG, stop. There we go, there we go. Shut up, you greasy fat ass, and get out of it before I get angry. Good boy, good boy. Oh. I got Ashley on shoulder finally and pulled her behind me. Kei-chan! Yonder waitress was the one who wet my pants. Fuck off. The one who needs punishing is you. Enough with the empty words. If you're a man, talk with your fists. Fisticuffs! Thud smash. My body was lifted into the air like nothing. I was thrown back into my seat. This guy is strong. No matter how you look at it, Athletic and Lardo aren't even in the same area code. Heh. Many otakus were unexpectedly well versed in some obscure martial art. Don't be underestimated. Oh god. Kei-chan, you okay? Damn it. How lame must I look right now? You were tripped, weren't you, Shion? They're the ones in the wrong here, so don't let them take advantage of you. That may be, but it was still my fault. Whoa! One more time. Let's do it! Keiji's superpower of getting punched in the face a lot. Don't you think that this is enough to make me give up? One more time! Ho ho ho! You're all talk. I'm not done yet! Rise, my will to fight. Not just running away, I planted every one of my steps firmly as I closed the difference to the lard ball. Each time I ripped my foot off the floor, I could feel my burning spirit flare up from the point of impact. Hello, emoji translator. I convert any words and phrases into emojis. Cool. Everything slowed down like I was walking underwater. I really need to end the stream soon. I just realized we're past the 3-hour mark. I need to end the stream soon. It's fine. I calmly measured the gap between us. With our difference in height, reach was my ultimate advantage. There was an ever so slightly tiny distance between us, where only my punch would be able to reach. I unleashed my iron fist of righteous anger, but flew towards his face slowly, like I was punching underwater. Reacting to that, with a smirk on his face, the fatso easily slipped inside of my punch. I hadn't realized it until now, but in this mired time I was able to observe his baffling counterattack. In almost painful clarity, his arms slowly swung around in a large windmill motion, wrapped around my whiffed punch, and descended in an arc. An arm swung around like the arms of a clock, and came into contact with my head, twisting my upper body around. Dragging my head along, he followed through with another rotation. No squishing the chibi! No! Don't make me put the armor up. Higurashi game emojis. Yeah, basically. This time he rotated his entire body like a top. Blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna stop here. I kinda need to stop. I realized that I've been streaming too long and I have to stop. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. Because I got stuff to do and I forgot and lost track of time and you had an extra 10 minutes, so you have no right to complain. But thank you everyone for coming. You'll have to find out what happens in this epic clash with a awful otaku man happens next time. I will be streaming
Higurashi again next week. But next stream is Sunday. And it's going to be a very special stream because, as you can see by my books until freedom, I am at 9,901. So, on Sunday, we will be celebrating 100th book. You will find out what the 100th book is. We will have a special stream. If you are new here, I will be kind of reiterating my lore. You will get some sneaky previews at some new lore videos that will be coming out. So, I really hope you make time to check that one out. So, next Sunday's stream is really, really important. So, I really hope you guys check it out. Please do, please do, please do. I will see you then. And if you have not already, I would highly appreciate it if you are on YouTube, if you could leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you are on Twitch, if you could leave a follow there as well, that would be lovely. And if you have any money, then save it. Save it for Sunday's stream. I'm actually not going to shell as much. You can join, if you join memberships and Patreon, there may be something you might get for free at the end of next stream. Maybe. So I highly recommend joining a YouTube membership or Patreon before next stream, because you'll get a nice little goodie next stream. Other than that, I'm not going to shell out too much of my other stuff, because, as I said, there's some special stuff going on next stream, and I will shill more then. It was amazing, thank you. I'm glad you guys really enjoyed this. I'm glad Higurashi's doing well again, because last time I streamed Higurashi, the first chapter, it didn't really do as well. People didn't enjoy it as much. So I'm really glad that this one's being enjoyed, so I can see more of the story, more of the plot in more detail than the anime ever gave me. So that's great. Thank you anyone who followed during the stream. Thank you everyone on YouTube who subscribed as well. I see the subscriber count going up and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I will see you on Sunday. Thank you everyone in chat. Thank you anyone who lurked. Thank you anyone who watches the VOD. I had fun. I hope you had fun. This has been Brand New Smith, Life in the Forbidden Library. Goodbye.